It's go time.
Hell
Welcome
yeah.
back, everybody. More Coen Brothers talk, more movie talk. The good shit, the shit you love.
I think what everyone's mostly anticipating is our True Detective talk.
That
Right?
too. That too, yeah. Finally got to the end of it. Finale last night. So
Interesting. I mean, I'm interested to hear the consensus, the general consensus, just based on the last.
Is that what we're just starting
Combo.
with?
I mean, we got what's in the agenda here? We got two Coen Brothers movies, True Detective,
Yeah, the movie chest and True
and
Detective.
then the movie chest. Don't Look Now.
But like, I mean, it is like 2 episodes of True Detective, but I mean, it's like kind of just the end of the season, so it's like just a wrap up, you know?
Yeah.
Pretty much just a wrap up talk, I think.
I mean, if you want to warm up with True Detective, that's.
I feel like that's the
Get
perfect
over.
warm up to get the juices
I feel like
flowing.
it's
I just
probably
want to,
good. Yeah.
I just want to hear you guys vent. And,
It's current,
Yeah,
right?
so,
It's-
Alex,
yeah,
what do
that
you
too.
think?
I think that it was probably. Well, when the guy said at the end, time is a flat circle, I said, fuck this shit. And I checked out after that. I was like, are you serious right now? Like, nothing fucking mattered in this whole season. When it all came down to it, the Carcosa fucking bullshit didn't even matter. And the detective work was so shit down to the very last. Oh, look, let
It
me
really
pull the one
was.
fucking thing off the beaker and like, oh, star shaped. This is it. This is what killed her. It's like, what the fuck are we getting to? And no actions had consequences, and it was just terrible, bad.
Yeah,
No good.
realistically, I think it was like episode like 3 or 4. I was thinking like, why did they never go back to the research facility?
Yeah.
They were there for like 2 hours, and then they did not investigate that place at all. And I wrote
Yeah.
down during this last episode, I think it was explained, but I was like, when you didn't know what happened to when you were finding out what happened to or that the researchers like went down, like the one guy went down into the hole, and the other people just got like taken away or whatever, because like you don't really know at that time, and he's just holding the thing shut. I'm like, how did the cops not show up and that hatch was just like open? But I
The
guess
floor,
like
you mean?
I
The
guess
floor
they
panel?
yeah, like the floor panel above the hatch, like
Yeah.
because I mean I don't know. I guess they just closed it, but like
Cleaning lady.
and I guess they like yeah, I don't know. Well, it was like all the fucking women. I'm assuming just like fucking closed it, right? But like
where they at? Oh,
I don't know. Like I guess I don't know. Did they have an incentive to close? I don't know.
No,
I guess
not at all.
No, they didn't have it.
I feel like that
It's
whole
so
thing
sloppy.
could have yeah. Like I feel like overall this season could have just been like maybe a 3-episode like miniseries or a movie. Like
Yeah,
I feel
I
like there
thought about
wasn't enough
more.
material for this. Like
Thought
I
about
feel like
more
it
like
could
the
have.
movie concept.
Yeah, just like the
and it
pacing
definitely
for this
coulda
season
worked.
was just like fucked because like the first like 3 or 4 episodes they just kept going in circles. Then the 5th episode I feel like was like an uptick because like some stuff actually did happen. Like some character development actually happened, but then like I don't know, the dad like being that came out of fucking nowhere. Like I was not
Yeah.
expecting that at all.
I mean, I
And
guessed
like
that he was involved in something. To me, they like everything that everyone was kind of guessing came true. It seemed like, like
It's
the
because we've seen it all before. Shit, I mean,
pollutant
Yeah.
of the water or whatever, and then the townspeople. Like it's like literally a. I don't know. I feel like we knew too much this whole series because in other series you're with the detectives, but with this one we're like outside the story, and I just don't really understand that choice at all.
yeah, it's just like I know I've like compared it. It's hard not to compare it to the first season because it is basically trying to rehash the first season. I mean, down to the fucking characters. You have fucking Danvers playing Marty, who is cheating on his wife, and she just sleeps with everybody. And Marty, not Marty, and then the other girl is fucking Matthew McConaughey because she has visions, and it's just like, okay, that's
That's
what we're
pretty
supposed to feel
hamstrung
something there.
to like they really
Yeah.
patchworked it in there towards the end.
And down to when they got down in the ice caves, I told Sarah, I was like, this look familiar? It's when they're going through the fucking the maze at the
Mm-hmm.
whatever the fuck it was. at the end in the last episode of the first season. It's the same fucking bullshit. And I was just like, you
In the
couldn't think of
Carcosa pit or whatever the fuck.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, the resolution is very much how did they do it in the first season, kind of.
Yeah.
And like, I think you've seen Wind River, right, Alex? Like, it felt like very Wind Rivery resolution in
I
the
t-
crime. So
that's
like,
what I was telling Sarah. I was like, if we want to watch a Native American like mistreatment of like I guess the women of
yeah,
that you know of that culture and stuff and how it's represented and all this stuff and to feel something, watch Wind River because that shit it actually works.
it's way more impactful. But it also
Yeah,
like it seems like they took like the drive of the crime, like it literally like the grouping of people
absolutely.
that like just entered, like started ganging up on her. Like, I don't
Down
know,
to
man.
that scene where they shoot the guy that committed suicide. That's like a scene from Wind River when they're in that shitty little cracked in and they pepper spray Elizabeth Olsen's character. Like
Mm,
that whole vibe of that whole trailer was that same vibe at Wind River. And
yeah.
it just, yeah.
It's just kind
Yeah.
of wild to like hear that this was like an original idea that became True Detective, because to be quite honest, the original idea is
Where is it?
it's not very original. And like, what is it? Yeah, because like it's not
Yeah.
very like definitively like there's nothing, like you said, it doesn't go anywhere here. I didn't really like even
Yeah.
understand the message at the end of this. Like, and maybe there's not supposed to be in
Yeah.
like crime and life or whatever, but like I don't even get it.
No.
Well,
And
like
like,
even like the mob, like I couldn't even tell. It just seemed like it was a mob of just women that didn't have anything to do with like Native Americans. And like I feel like the Native American theme was throughout this whole season. But like I don't know. So like even like
I think they said
I don't know.
like you've been doing this to our women, or you did this to our girl, or I think it's about the first girl that went missing that
Yeah.
happened. But like, yeah, I mean, you
yeah.
don't even know who's
Like there
pissed
was
off
even a
about that.
disconnect like there because it wasn't like Native Americans were like getting revenge for like polluting their land
Well,
or
yeah,
something. It was just like these women murdering these dudes for
it's
killing
like
this woman.
at
Like
the
Yeah.
beginning of the story, you're led to believe that Navarro is the only person that cares about the dead
mhm.
girl. And like apparently
Yeah.
like there was a
it's
secret
it's
Everybody,
everybody.
underground
Yeah.
fucking organization that like
Unfortunately.
I don't know.
it's just like, and like I said earlier, nothing, no action had consequences. Like Marty coming out angry and shooting that guy in the head in the first season. Obviously, that's what happened with the Wheeler case. She just pulled out the gun and shot him. And like,
Yeah.
yeah, sure, you could say the consequences are they get blackmailed for it, but it doesn't add up to anything. The consequences of Marty doing that is the murders keep happening. You know, like that had nothing else to do with the whole show and in a whole. It just tried
Yeah.
to give them character
It
depth,
it
but there
it
is no depth.
struggled. Like the
Yeah.
flashbacks, like they should have just played this whole timeline straight, like every other True
Yeah,
Detective does, because
honestly,
that's to the strength of those shows. Because like if they showed her shooting that dude in the head in episode 2, one, people would love the show a lot more because they're like getting right to the meat of like drama with the characters. But then you can jump forward to this current drama and then like have them with this final, like they duct tape the dude up. Are they going to shoot him in the head? Like this, there's no dramatic stakes built. You built it literally 5 minutes before you tried to say it was there the whole time. Like
right.
like I just don't really understand like what structure you decided to build. I mean, the flashbacks are so weak. They're so weak. Like they don't do anything half the time. It's just
No.
like,
Yeah.
And
I
like they're
agree.
interrogating the guy, and they sit him down, and he's like, "Oh, let me go," and they just keep telling him to shut the fuck up, and then they tape him up, and then they come back and ask him questions, and it's I don't know. The detective work is just so
it's
fucking
Yeah, I
very
also
bad.
just feel like it was just like
bad.
they like knew that it was they had to find that guy. I think it was the end of the first maybe it was the end of the second episode.
It's like right
And
away.
like then there was just a bunch of random shit that happened and then
Yeah,
they
Mhm.
finally found the dude. And like I feel like all that stuff in between was totally like disconnected from like the first and second and last episode. Like it
Yeah,
was
it's just
like
like
all the
wheels
stuff in the middle
turning.
just like didn't fucking matter. Like
Yeah, that's like the padding to get to the end of like. I just like don't. I really just don't understand like the drive to make this show at this time. Like, I just don't really.
yeah.
Why?
it's like
Why?
it's like they knew where they wanted to get to in the end, and they knew where they wanted to start, which was this bizarre murder, They knew how they wanted it to end, so they're just like, all right, now let's pad the fuck out of the middle of this until we fill out 6 episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, like in like Pryor's wife, just like flipping a switch and being cool with him. I
Yeah.
didn't understand that at all. Like what
Yeah,
happened
it's
that
so
like changed her
tropey and
attitude?
cliche,
Like
like a
if
lot of
nothing
that is.
happened.
I
Like there
told
was no
Sarah,
change.
I said, this is officially my least favorite character now because like she has been so like adamant about him being like, oh, you're never home. Oh, we're fucking done. Get
And then
out.
he
And
leaves
then now,
again and she's
Then he
like, "Oh
yeah,
goes
my
and
god, I
kills his
love
dad,
you."
and he's like,
yeah.
"Take care of
He's like, I
business."
gotta do this
Like,
one
kills
more
his
bad
fucking
thing.
dad.
yeah,
And she's like, you go do it, honey, but you
Yeah.
come back and you tuck your son in tonight. God damn it.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's
Fuck
rough.
that.
I mean, the pilot was pretty strong in my opinion. It set a precedent of promise that never lived up to it after that. But like the things that really chipped away at its like integrity, in my opinion, for the show. One, the characters I thought like could have been cool and could have been solid, but I don't know. Just like the oh fuck, where was I going with this? Fuck.
I think
You
he
The
jumped
just
in
the,
on the
the
characters?
detective work, honestly, it's just like
And I think he
the
just pigeonholed themselves like with the concept because they locked themselves down in this area and you couldn't go anywhere else. Like
yeah.
the other seasons, I feel like they travel around a lot, go to different places and do actual detective work. And in this situation, I think they just like couldn't really do a lot of detective work because you're kind of like locked into a certain scenario. You know what I mean?
Yes, for sure. That's 100% like a fault of like being locked in, but you could do good detective work because my point is like you when the characters act so smart and then do so dumb things like consistently, like there's such a disconnect of like what is happening or like what you're supposed to think because like
Yeah.
by the end of the show the dude missed a fucking you saw him like cleaning, he's consistently cleaning and there's a fucking tooth in the wall. And he's like,
Yeah.
whoops, missed the tooth. Like I don't fucking get it, man. And then with
Where
especially
did that
with
tooth even come from?
it just blasted out of his dad's face fucking into the wall, I guess. But yeah, but then you get to the interrogation
God
with the
damn.
dude, and they're just like duct taping and shit, and she's like flicking glass across like the room and stuff like that. I don't.
Dude,
Maybe
did
these
she kill him? Like I don't like, or did he go
just like
outside
let him
and kill
out.
himself?
I don't,
Like,
one of
because
those.
I feel like that wasn't really explained. But he's duct taped to a fucking chair. I guess it was a rolly chair, so like maybe he could have gotten out there. But like,
Rolled into the.
I don't know. Like it kind of
Yeah.
didn't. I'm like 1 minute like they're awake, and then the
Next
next
minute,
minute
that dude's
Danvers
dead,
goes to
and it's
sleep,
like-
and the dude's dead outside. Like,
Yeah.
and I'm like, what the fuck
Dude,
happened?
it's crazy. Yeah.
Danvers goes out there and she's like, what the fuck? And Navarro's just standing there. She's like,
Yeah,
he's
like,
dead.
that's why
He's
I'm like,
gone.
she killed this dude. Like,
Did you wheel his ass out there for a smoke break? What happened?
Yeah. I guess just like you think back to season 1. I hate to like make that comparison all day long, but when they break the investigative law that they're supposed to follow with like the Randy Ledoux's, I think that's the dude's place,
Yeah.
where they're like,
Yeah.
they're given the interrogation later where it's like there was rounds firing, pepper and
Yeah.
pass, and then it's just them shooting the guns. Like
Yeah.
there's
It was
just so much more
brilliant.
thought and like care
Yeah.
put into each decision and action, and like you can
And-
tell it's just not here. It's just not.
And there's
Yeah.
consequences, there's like I said, when Marty shot the guy or when Russ goes to talk to the Tuttle Corporation, like there's consequences to his actions.
Yeah.
And he eventually he resigns, but like when Danvers goes in and is to the bitch and the other guy, all the guy says to her is like, "Oh, I know you killed Wheeler," or whatever. But like she still goes on and does police work, and then afterwards
Dude,
she gets the whole
Navar-
case is like closed, tight, shut. It's done. It's over.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, it's like,
there's
oh,
no
now we don't care anymore.
consequences.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, especially too, like Navarro just lost her sister, and then like this does not feel like a person that just her sister just
No.
died. Like I just
Yeah.
like don't. I mean that character really lost its way in my opinion too. The acting didn't help along the way, I'd say, but like I just don't think they had good ideas for her or like
No.
anything that she was doing after a while. But like what
Yeah.
what does it matter with her boyfriend who she stole his fucking toothbrush? What does the captain matter to Jodie Foster? Like what do these things like have any
They
why did
don't.
you spend time there?
They don't. Nothing mattered. At the end of it all, nothing mattered. All the harkening back to season 1 didn't fucking matter except to make you feel something that this show couldn't produce on its own. And then all the actions done, nothing mattered. The murder didn't even matter. The murder of the group of men, it didn't matter because it was just
Yeah.
a freak accident, a weather accident. Oh, brushed under the rug.
Sure.
Navarro's gone. Oh well, she's probably around here somewhere. Maybe walked in the ice, but they found her fucking sister the same fucking day she walked out in the ice. Where's the fucking
20
Coast
minutes
Guard?
later.
On lunch break?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, nothing mattered.
You
It's
know,
pretty
also
rough.
though, like they like had the research done. I think, like I feel like I there was like a weird way of how they explained it because it seemed like they like found the thing in the ice or something
Eternal
with the
life.
research, but then
Yeah,
and
but you need
then like
pollution to make it work. It's just,
and then I think that she destroyed all the stuff
yeah.
and then they started the pollution after they redid the stuff, or did they have the
Oh,
pollution at the beginning?
I thought they had to do
See-
like 2 more years of work after that because she
Because, like-
destroyed it or something, and like
Okay, so like the pollution was happening the entire time,
pretty
and
because she
she
knew
just, like,
about it
destroyed
and she
the
was
stuff.
pissed about right
Which
Gotcha.
right.
I don't know the logic between
Wait,
that
like,
stuff, and I
I
don't know
don't
how
really
accurate
because
it
he
is.
said that like it would thaw the ice, but like what was the time frame that he even said?
That it would thaw.
Like I guess
All
like
he said was
having
it
the
helps
pollution
to
versus
soften the
not having the
permafrost.
pollution. Like
it wasn't
what
possible.
What's the time frame? I mean, I
That's
feel
what
like
I
that's
thought I
not
heard.
likely.
No,
Like
it's just
how, it's
bullshit.
fucking ice. Like it's
Yeah.
not like it's like.
But you
I-
need special pollutants to like soften it. To
I mean,
melt.
Which
yes,
does
how
it
do you?
make
Because how do
less
you
sense?
it's the
soften
same
ice?
kind of
How do we
concept
do
with
this?
like it's the same kind of concept if you're putting
Fire?
like salt in your ice. Like
Yeah,
it's just like
salt, fire.
it makes a solution that
Wait,
like the
you're
freezing
telling
temperature
me
is lower than it
we
actually
could
is.
melt
But you
the
don't have to
ice?
use pollution like
It's
that. Like
crazy.
you can use something else. Like I don't know,
No,
man. That's like
that. But
environmentally friendly.
you lose it in the process of the melt. It's you need the pollution to
I mean, like the pollution, like
keep it at
wouldn't
that
that even like
base.
infect or like kind of like fuck up
It-
their like research or what they're trying to do
That's what I
anyway?
thought.
You'd
too.
think, but it actually enhances it.
Yeah,
Oh, sure,
it just
yeah.
softens. It
Science,
softens the
science.
permafrost, man. It just softens the fucking And you know another thing that got me was they're like, you got to get to the highest point, and then you fall down into this cave. If you're at the fucking highest point and you're going into a caves that lead directly into the Salal station, you'd see the fucking Salal station from this point because they didn't walk that fucking
Yeah,
far.
it's not a very
Yeah.
big cave, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Dude, and also, how the
I don't
fuck
wanna
did
just go
she
in
like
that hard, but-
when there's all these ice caves around, and then like Jodie Foster goes outside to follow Navarro because Navarro's like having a vision and walking into the snowstorm, and they're like 20 feet from the station, and Jodie Foster just falls into some ice that's
Yeah.
like a shit ton, like a reservoir of water. But
Yeah.
there's like a shit ton of ice caves like right underneath the station. Like, why wouldn't that water like
It's-
flood those caves? Like, or
Yeah,
where's
where's the
how is that
and
water
where
in
is
relation
the-
to the caves? Like, I don't
You're thinking
just
about
like
it all wrong. You see, the pollution softens the permafrost.
It's
Okay.
too soft now. It's water.
Yeah.
In the amount of time in
Oh.
the show, it's really softened. No,
It's the
yeah,
pollution, man. It's the mine.
I don't know. I think I'm good.
Yeah.
It was like it was okay. I don't know. It
It-
definitely could have been better, and I feel like it probably could have been worse. Like, I don't know.
It could have, but they squandered a lot. Like they
Yeah.
just they I don't know. Especially like too like the songs, like the Billie Eilish song really started to like make me see that the person making it was like not tuned in. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the song choices are like covers of weird ass like mystical like it's like a rock song covered in like this like Alaskan fucking tundra. I'm just like,
Yeah.
what the fuck are you doing?
Shitty covers.
Dude,
I
I
don't know.
literally like wrote down like what the fuck are we even doing? Like, I don't remember like
seriously.
what point it was.
I
but,
mean,
like,
episode 5, I was like, I literally, my last note was like, I'm not gonna lie, I think I've lost the case. Like, I don't even know like what I'm doing here anymore, like, or what.
But Matt, they're in night country now.
They didn't
Yeah.
end with the sunset. I
Oh yeah,
theorized-
the sunrise.
Oh yeah, sunrise. Sorry, yeah. I guess was she? Because at the end shot is like Navarro and what's her
Oh,
nuts.
I guess it was like light
Looking-
anyway. 'Cause
yeah,
it was like
so
May
maybe
at
it
that
was,
point.
like,
I
yeah.
don't
There's
know.
no
So is
actual
Navarro
sunrise.
living with Jodie Foster? Or?
Yeah, I didn't
just
get that
What
either.
I
Was she?
got.
Because she just like walked out. Like when she left her boyfriend, she just walked out into the middle of fucking nowhere, and I'm like, is she just gonna commit suicide? And then I'm like, is the last person you see just a ghost? Like, I don't know.
Is she actually there? Who
I don't know.
knows?
It didn't make a lot. And what's up with the voices? Was she just going crazy? Like, was that just like the
Was that the
pollution?
pollution? I
Was
don't
like,
know.
cause
I
like, was
thought
it making
maybe.
people go crazy? Because like, it wasn't everybody. It was just like a couple people.
Yeah. What was up with Jodie Foster's kid too? Did we ever even like?
I don't
It didn't
really
matter.
think
The fact that
so.
Jodie Foster was just hated the fact that she wanted to be with her culture didn't matter.
Well,
Like,
that
why
kid
was she
too.
Yeah.
But
so
what
mad?
happened with their other kid that supposedly died in
Oh,
the?
car
So
accident?
like, her husband did her husband die in the car accident too?
I
I
think
think
so.
so, yeah.
I
Okay.
guess like
And
I was waiting
like,
for something.
where was the daughter? Like,
Yeah.
cause like,
I don't know, at another protest or something.
Oh no,
and
no,
like, I
she
feel like the
wasn't fucking
daughter's
indoctrinated yet.
attitude like also immediately switched without any kind of like,
Yeah, for convenience sake, just to like
yeah,
have that
there wasn't
growth
really a
and
cause
like.
for that.
Yeah.
It was other than time, I guess. I don't know. It was like a couple days later.
Yeah, I'm over it.
That is one of
Speaking of
like the
over
things
it,
that bugs me the most about like I don't know when you like have a character just set up like or you like you know this character for so long and then they just like flip a switch and it's like or for like a horrible
Like
reason
Attack
or
on Titan.
something. Yeah, pretty much. Oh my god,
Sorry. Anyway,
dude.
yeah, let's just move on. Let's. What do you
moving
want to go to the
on.
movie chest now?
Yeah,
We can go to
yeah,
the.
yeah,
And then we'll end up with the two Coen Brothers movies.
yeah. I'll be right
That
back,
sounds good
guys.
to me. Yeah, so I'm gonna take responsibility for this movie chess pick. We did a little spin with each of our picks, and this one was mine. Don't Look Now. 1973. Donald Sutherland acting, directed by Nicholas.
It was fucking weird.
Rig.
Like it. I
Yeah.
don't know. I like wanted to enjoy it, but it was fucking weird. Like I don't know.
Were you happy with this pick,
Someone,
Matt? Or
well, someone, I don't want to name names, but somebody told me I needed to watch this movie like very definitively. Like that is really good, and I was like,
You don't want to name names. Will
I
you
don't
tell
wanna
us
just,
after
like,
the pod?
Doctor.
Yeah, tell us later.
but yeah, because it's like set the precedent for a lot of horror and stuff, you know, blah blah blah. But
you know,
I
now
was
that you've mentioned,
disappointed.
yeah, setting precedents. I just heard the Madam Web director say that she took she paid some homage to this movie in her movie Madam Web. So
That movie's gotten like 1-star reviews all over.
Yikes!
yeah, so
Yikes!
its
Oh yeah, I've heard
tendrils
it's
run
so
deep.
fucking bad.
Very deep. Deep enough where you don't really want to see them anymore, I'd say. But I don't know. I mean, I at a certain level I respect this movie, but like to be
Yeah,
quite honest, I didn't really have a good time watching
I
it.
looked it up like to
Same.
see like why this movie was rated so highly, and I think it just like didn't age well because of its themes. Like
Nah.
I
Yeah.
guess like the main like reason this like or like one of the main reasons why this was so like mm, I don't know. There was like the sex scene in like the beginning kinda, and I feel
Pretty
like
sure they're
that's
having sex.
that
Beginning,
wasn't
middle,
really
and
like
end, dude. That
I
was
think that
like
wasn't
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
done
20
at the
minutes.
time,
There's a
I
whole
guess,
arc.
or at least from what I looked up, that wasn't really done at the time, I guess.
Uh-huh.
That was the first thing they shot. They didn't even
Yeah.
like know each other. They just jumped in there, but I think they were fucking.
While
Like,
the kids died.
They were just shooting a
Yeah.
porno,
Anyway.
and then they were like, "What if we like stay in Venice and kind of, you know,
Yeah.
walk around and do some weird shots
Yeah.
with my kids?"
I didn't really like what the fuck. There was like just some weird supernatural shit that was going on that
Yeah.
like I didn't really like know how it was like
I didn't.
relevant.
Yeah, I didn't see how it connected really to like. I mean, I know it was the whole like, oh, she can see the future and all that stuff, but it didn't.
Madam Web.
Yeah,
Oh. Yeah. No, I mean, it's
I
like
just-
dealing
yeah, I
with
just didn't
loss
see it.
at the end of the day, I guess. But like,
And like
the-
yeah.
yeah,
grief
I
and
guess,
loss, yeah.
how do you deal with it? Some people just like his wife go kind of like get this like weird mental image of like peace or something, you know. But
Mhm.
I mean, the sex scene did not age very well. I mean, but I think like the I don't even know
Oh,
how to
I just more
describe
meant
this,
that
but,
like if that's why it was like popularized,
Uh-huh.
that's like
That's
not
it.
that wouldn't get popularized like nowadays.
Right.
You know,
That
That
makes
so
makes
like
sense for me for the time.
that's why it's
yeah.
groundbreaking in ways.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I could see that. But yeah, the pacing and like the straight up like some of just like the like the taste of this movie is just like not. It's just sour. Like it's just
Yeah.
not like.
I just don't know if the like the mystical.
I didn't
eerie
feel good
theme
when it got done.
fits this like story. Yeah, me neither.
Yeah. I mean,
I
there's like
didn't
a
either.
there's like a
Like, I
strangely
felt like
like
it could have
religious
been.
part.
It
I
could have
would
either
think.
leaned all the way into the supernatural, or like should have
Yeah.
just stayed with none. You know,
with like an actual grounded
yeah,
people
because I feel like
story.
it just
Yeah.
kind of got convoluted with like regular real world shit going on in the supernatural, and maybe it was like trying to like it didn't even
Yeah.
like make you try to like think about. I guess it did
Gotcha.
kind of like
No,
if
that's
it was like what was actually going on or something.
all right. Uh, I think this is
Yeah,
after The
they tried to.
Exorcist. I don't know, but to me, it's like The Conjuring, like a little bit of like Shutter Island. I got with the finding the kid in the lake and stuff like that. I feel like it
Uh-huh.
has like obviously fans and followers that are like doing things like it. Um, I don't know, man. I mean, I can usually get into like an old movie nowadays, but to me,
Yeah.
the sound recording in this movie like was distinctly
gee.
like old and like
Yeah.
pushing
Yeah.
me away. But like, and I don't want to say it's like a true fault of the movie because it's just technology or whatever. But like, it was tough to like feel invested minute to minute in this movie for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, I'm
don't
not
know.
gonna
Yeah,
lie. I was
same.
actively forgetting what was happening as I was watching it. It was
Same,
just so
same.
poorly paced. And like, I don't know, I guess the idea you kind of throw logic out the window with most horror, but like the idea of you lose your kid and then you're happy that some blind woman who you've never met describes your kid and is like, we can go contact her. Normally, I think you'd just run in the other direction. But the fact that she's like giddy about it was just so weird in terms of the tone. And I get like people cope with loss differently,
You
but
know, I did
Yeah.
I
just watch
just,
Talk to Me. It is kind of like a reverse situation in there because it's like a daughter and a mother instead of like a mother to a daughter, like in this
mm,
situation. But like, yeah, I mean, in Talk to Me, I mean, she fucking leaps at that chance in
Right.
like a similar kind of way. That's like what
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
thought of when I was watching this, at least.
I
yeah,
mean, she gives her like
it just
specific
seems,
details about like wasn't it like the red coat or some shit or
yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Like I guess if I was that at a loss and like some person randomly told me like six different details about it, I'd be like, "What?"
Yeah.
I mean, I could see
Yeah.
that working a little bit,
Especially
especially
depending
extended
like
out
how
after that.
soon after. Like I don't know. I couldn't really gauge how much time had passed since the daughter
Yeah.
died, or if it was like we
Yeah.
just picked up or we just
Right.
followed right after. So if it was
I
like
just,
soon, I could see it. But yeah.
But just like if you ever meet a medium, like you don't, do you ever hear about stories that go well after discussing mediums and like hanging out with them and conjuring up spirits and the dead? Like, I don't know. I mean,
My
Yeah.
medium
maybe,
says I'm gonna be a millionaire, so I believe it.
You ever
all
play
right, all
Ouija,
right.
bro? You ever play
My
Ouija?
bad,
Come
my bad.
on.
How dare you?
Maybe I'm
Dude,
underestimating the power of the supernatural here. Maybe that's
Maybe.
on me.
Well,
I
it
also
didn't come through very strong in this movie.
no,
So
there
I
wasn't
don't
like
blame
yeah,
you.
there's no like you don't like see anything in this movie. It's all just kind of like
Yeah.
vibes of it, and the vibes don't
Mhm.
really land anymore. But
so like I feel like so the mom had like that kind of like path where she went with the like blind woman and stuff and did that kind of stuff. And then the dad, like Donald Sutherland, I mean, I guess he was just like doing his thing, working
Drinking
for a
little
while.
bit, working
But
and drinking.
also, like I feel like his main thing was like following this girl or like following the like murderer person in the red coat. And like I don't know if that was just supposed to represent like him like not knowing when to stop like let go of his grief or let go of his daughter or something, and that's what got him killed. But like even so, if that was the murderer that they had like been referencing throughout the movie, the other murders I think were like drownings. And like
Hmm.
she just hacked him like in the neck.
yeah, she's. I mean,
I,
serial
so like
killers they move on, right? They start experimenting in different
yeah,
ways,
I
right?
mean I don't know. It was just like
Now she's
so
stabbing
it made
people.
me like question like are these actually connected, you know? Like
Yeah.
is this actually the murder if they've been
Yeah.
I would assume,
Yeah,
but like it
I
was
got a
still
little
like
muddled there after like the whole like police station stuff. I don't know. That was where I started to get so confused that I was like, all right.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, like in the end, why did they kill him? I couldn't.
I don't know.
really-
Like,
Yeah,
like he
yeah.
dies, and I'm like, wait, what the fuck is going on? And then the movie like ended, and I'm like, what did I just
Like,
fucking watch?
yeah,
Like,
was she casing him like the whole time? You know,
like I
was
don't
she
know,
was
because
she
like she
planning
showed
it?
up
I don't
multiple
know.
times where she's just
Yeah.
like running around. And he like sees
Yeah.
her running around. Like
Did she know something about the red coat? I
I don't know.
was this blind bitch just lying? Like she just made it up? Yeah, I don't know.
So many
Pretty good guesser.
answers left unanswered. I just want to say that there were a lot of zooms in it. That seems like a very 70s thing now that we're like watching some older movies. A lot of zooms, but I kind of like them.
Yeah, I actually
Kubrick's
liked the
guy who's
cinematography.
Yeah, I mean, I
in
liked
this
it.
one.
I don't
doing
know.
it.
Well, okay.
The Curse too. That show is like I just finished that show, and they do a lot of zooms and stuff. I feel like it gives you a very distinct, like uneasy feeling of like being potentially watched or just like an
Yeah.
outsider, like really pinpointing like your in like your precision, of, like the
Yeah.
moves you're making or whatever. But I don't know. You don't see them nowadays. I'm on the Zoom train.
Donald
I like
Sutherland
him.
can really grow a head of hair. That dude has
Yeah.
a lot of fucking hair.
Man, I feel like for me, Donald Sutherland was definitely like the best part of this movie.
He is good.
I don't know.
I mean, I just like him as an actor for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
after watching like Invasion of the Body Snatchers, I feel like I don't know. This was like I don't know around the same time. Not
Pretty much, yeah.
necessarily a similar feel, but like
Somewhat,
I liked
but-
Invasion of the Body Snatchers. So like I don't know.
For
Much
I was
better
kind of
than
like
this.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
yeah.
That's good.
Oh yeah,
For
definitely.
sure. But I mean, we also watched what's the Argento movie that we watched in Halloween a couple like
Suspiria?
Suspiria. I mean, that to me like it was a similar experience with watching this movie where it's like, dude, Suspiria it's such a good horror
Yeah.
movie. And you watch it and it's just so drawn out and slow and bad,
Yeah.
like and old, and it's just like
Oh man.
it's
Yeah, I'm getting
good.
flashbacks to that one now.
Yeah,
I'm
I mean,
remembering.
That one
Yeah.
was fucking brutal.
That was rough.
Yeah, I think I'd
Glad I wasn't
rather
here for that.
watch. Which one would you guys rather watch? That's
This
I
one
would
or
watch this
Suspiria?
one. I would watch this one over Suspiria. I
really?
would prefer
think I
never to
might go
watch either of them
Suspiria.
again, but
Same.
Suspiria was just so boring.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
Suspiria had a
this
lot
one
like
wasn't better, though.
visual candy going on at least. You
Yeah,
know,
it's
there was
like
some
at least it
weird
has
shit.
something. Yeah,
This
that's
one,
kinda
I
where
don't know.
I'm
I was
at.
just dragging ass, and this one I couldn't. Yeah, I couldn't
I'll
stay
watch the new
engaged.
Suspiria with Dakota
Yeah.
Johnson. I'll
For
watch
sure.
that one instead.
I think also like my only other positive note really is that like Venice, you don't really see it like portrayed in a lot of movies, and this is like very distinct setting. Like Venice was cool. It was cool
Yeah.
to be there, but
Yeah.
I did like that.
Back when they
Got it.
actually used to do location shoots.
yeah.
Damn,
Good old
Yeah.
days.
the good old
Yeah.
days.
Yeah, not those.
I actually
giant-ass sound stages.
I went to go see Poor Things 2 weeks ago. I was going to talk about it a couple weeks ago, but there was actually like when I was driving there, I walked by a place where they were like shooting a movie. I thought it was kind of interesting.
I
It's
got
like
a movie.
on location.
Yeah.
I had no idea, but I just drove by.
Dope.
Cool.
Well, what are you guys gonna rate this one?
I gave it
I
a
heard it.
3, but
Yeah,
I
I'm
feel
at
like I
3.
want to go down to. I might go down to 2.5.
That's where I'm
That's where I'm at.
sitting.
2.5.
I'm at a 3.
It's a movie.
That's about it. Yep.
Yeah.
I was thinking also like with Letterboxd adding TV shows soon, I'm starting to think about like how I'm gonna rate TV shows.
Yeah.
Like,
Especially episode by episode, if that's like a thing.
yeah.
Damn.
I'm
I
more
couldn't do
excited
that.
just for
It's too
like
much.
It's going to be a
Too much
whole new
shows.
system.
Yeah, because that's gonna be rough. That's gonna be
I
tough
could
to
do
do, but
That's gonna be a grind.
I could do the whole show maybe on like a scale of 10.
that's what I'm
Like,
thinking.
yeah,
Or like out
yeah.
of 5 stars or whatever.
Yeah.
Or like each
Whatever.
season maybe. Yeah, like rate each season.
It may be seasons for like True Detective. You gotta go like some
Mhm,
shows
yeah.
need that.
Right.
Uh,
Fargo.
yeah, I know. It's just like, what would you give True Detective season 4 if you had to like?
Funny you should mention that.
Out of
My friend
10?
asked me to rate him out of 10, and I did for him because season 1's a 10 out of 10. Season 2, I give like a 7. Season 3, I'll give like a 8.5, and this season I gave it 2. Season 4.
Damn. I was thinking like 5.
for season 4.
Mid.
Yeah.
Out of 5 stars, if it's letterboxed, I'd probably give it a 1.5. I think.
Yeah, it's bad.
It's
Damn.
pretty. I mean, you gotta, especially when you compare it to the True Detective like rating.
Exactly.
It's like hard.
If
to,
they
like,
want to put the True Detective name on there, you gotta. That's
Yeah.
what you. That's the what you're getting
Yeah,
scrutinized
you
with.
gotta live
So
up. Yeah.
that's the
tough.
lens.
That's a
And
challenge.
like just the fact that well, I guess I don't want to keep lingering on True Detective, but like just the fact that she like the original creator was like talking shit about this show, and then she like was talking shit about him and how all the bros were like hardcore for the first season and stuff.
It's getting
And
catty.
and I'm just like, I don't. You're not like like making yourself look good, you know?
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
Pretty defensive.
Yeah, I don't
But
know. I still feel like I dodged a bullet. Not
proof's in the
watching it,
pudding.
so.
If you watch it, I feel like it's pretty hard to like really feel invested. I mean, that's like really just like the struggle. Anyways, okay.
Yeah. What
moving
you want to
on.
move on to the
Yeah,
Coen
let's get
brothers?
out of that whole.
Yeah, yeah.
The Coen brothers.
Corn brothers.
Yeah, I got a double
Minnesota boys.
feature. Oh brother, where art thou? And the man who wasn't there. Some of the longer titles. Of Coen
Damn,
Brothers movies.
like to
Yeah.
rate Oh Brother Where Art Thou on Letterboxd, I kept like it took me like a couple days to find it because like originally I kept typing in OH and it's just O.
It's so difficult.
Like
I
O
constantly have
space.
to check.
Yeah.
And then there's a comma after brother.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
With the
I'm like,
question mark at
fuck,
the end.
like I couldn't
Yeah.
find it for a while, you know.
You know how
Sorry,
I
true Shakespeare.
find movies I can't like don't want to spell the whole title? I'll just type in like what I've been doing. I type in the Big Lebowski and I just click on the Coen Brothers name underneath as director and I
Gotcha.
just
I'll be doing that too. Yeah.
fast track.
Yeah.
That's smart.
Yeah. I'm not fucking around with spelling and shit, you know?
Can't do that shit.
Got more
Well,
movies to
let's-
watch. Gotta fill
Well,
time.
yeah, right. That's why I watch movies. Let's get into the Coens. We've now entered
Yeah.
the 2000s. The 2000s.
We're in the
era.
thick of it. Yeah.
We've preached.
Okay,
Yeah.
so who hasn't seen Oh Brother? And I'm pretty sure we all haven't seen The Man Who Wasn't There, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
seen that.
I have not seen Oh Brother. This was my first time.
Nice.
Well, what did you think, Alex? Since it was your first time.
It's probably my least favorite Coen Brother.
Really?
Wow.
Thus far.
Okay. Okay.
Wow.
So,
Even
Damn.
even
I
like
just
Miller's
Speak to that.
Crossing.
yeah, I would say I didn't like it nearly as
Oh,
much.
okay.
Wild.
Wow.
Forgot about that one. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's at least more memorable to me. That's why I'm a little bit.
See,
Yeah,
that's the
surprised,
thing
but-
is I don't know what I don't think it was that memorable or I mean
Not the soggy bottom
feel
boys.
like
Didn't do it
I will
That
say,
was
for
the
me, it
best
was like
part, the
more of a
soundtrack.
project too, because I like read the
Yeah.
Odyssey and stuff, so I was like
Yeah.
picking out comparisons the whole time.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
did you the
interesting.
Coen brothers had said that they had never read the Odyssey, that it just so happened that it like lined up like this
Aligned.
because they heard
Interesting.
like it was word of mouth that they heard about the Odyssey or whatever, but like they
Is
never
that
read it.
actually legit?
Oral tradition.
Because
That's what they
I
said.
don't think I believe that.
Yeah, it's
I
kind of
don't-
tough.
It's like
if you
there's like
find an
one for
article, I'll
one.
believe you, but like I
Hang
don't.
on, one second. I'll pull up
They
the
had,
Like
the
John
just,
fact.
Goodman, the whole
heard,
Cyclops deal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Like there
Like,
are like
There's no
pretty.
way that they
or
at
like
least like
George
heard
Clooney
a
is like
fucking
Odysseus, and he's trying
Yeah,
to get
yeah.
back to his wife, and
It
she has
is.
3 kids who represent Telemachus,
And different
there's a suitor.
suitors. Yeah.
Here it is. This is what it said. Although Homer is given the co-writing credit on the film, Joel and Ethan Coen have never read the Odyssey. They are only familiar with through cultural osmosis and other adaptations.
Gotcha.
Okay, so they probably like watched it or
Right,
something.
yeah.
and
Which
were
is
like,
like
some
any
other
normal
yeah.
person, like myself. I've never read the Odyssey, so I
Yeah.
mean, I know Cyclops, I know the sirens, all that bullshit. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
the
know the
sirens are
gist of
really
it.
like not a big part either. It's like,
Yeah.
hey,
They're like
I find it like
yeah.
very interesting that everybody was like flips to the sirens first, and the sirens are like barely like they're in the Odyssey for like the least amount of time of
Really,
I think they
Sirens
just
are
had
sexy.
Cyclops.
Yeah, I think they've had just a big
Spears.
cultural impact. The sirens. I mean,
Yeah, it makes
Sex
sense.
So it
sells,
seems-
man. I mean,
yeah,
True.
it does.
what do I care
Unless
about?
you're watching, don't look.
Sirens.
Don't look now. Goodbye.
That's true. Well, I mean, it did sell that. I mean, that's why people like that movie.
I guess
right?
that's I guess that's fair. Don't let, I'm
Just can't
don't
deny.
listen. I'm just talking out my ass.
Well, I guess like Joe, like, what do you think? Is it? I mean, what's your like enjoyment level since you know
Yeah,
the Odyssey and
with that lens and whatnot.
I don't know. I mean, like I think for like my personal taste, I liked this more than like a lot of the other Coen Brothers movies because I feel like this is just a movie that I would watch, and the rest, like a lot of the other ones, I don't think would just be something that I'd put on. But
It's a romp.
I
That's for
guess
sure.
does that like answer
Yeah.
your does that answer what your question?
Yeah, I guess
It's
like,
like a journey.
is it elevated because of the reading of the Odyssey? Did it
I
knock
mean,
it
like I
down
thought it
because
was
of that?
cool. Like it was a little bit of a project. But like because I had already seen this movie, I mean, like I don't know, I had liked it before,
Okay.
So I mean,
You had the taste before, yeah. Yeah. I was just curious. Like, I know sometimes if you have
It's like
like all the
modern.
access to the information with like the book, like I
It
don't know, hard
enhances
to.
the
It can enhance it
experience.
or it can take
Or
away.
detract.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
right, right.
one or the
I
other
mean, I
usually.
still
Yeah.
like based on my rating, I still didn't rate this as high as like a lot of other Coen Brothers movies that I've rated. So like I don't know, or it's like about the same. So I mean, based on
Yeah.
that, I mean, like I would say it's not very different.
Yeah, I've seen this one a few times, and it had it rated at 4 stars, like pretty solid upper tier Coens, you know.
Yeah, same.
This
That's
this
what I'm at too.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
this one, I think I'm gonna knock it down to 3.5, just because like we're in the middle of the Cohen shit, and the my overall gripe with this movie is the pace, just the
It's
pace of the
so
movie.
bad.
Yeah, it does get a little long in the tooth.
Not just that, it just
seems
felt
to
kind
like
of
push you away in ways,
yeah.
like
It's just it gives you whiplash at
mhm,
times, you know, and like there was some successful moments about it, but overall it just I don't know, it didn't work. Like it
I
couldn't figure out what it wanted to say and what it wanted to be, in my
yeah.
opinion.
I mean, it's like a fun romp. I feel like with the
Yeah.
Odyssey obviously attached, it's kind of already has like its track set, and you're just like there for it, you know, kind of. But
Yeah.
I mean, I guess like with George Clooney as like your main protagonist, getting back to his wife is like the ultimate like
Goal.
arc. But like, I don't. He's not a very good character, right? So like,
Right.
does he deserve to go back? I don't know. The thing I found the problem this watch, I guess, is like there's like constant like repetition of like musical phrases, like the same songs and the same like with like the sirens. It's just like them repeating the same like lyrics or whatever, literally for like 2 to 3 minutes with that scene, and it's just like literally the information is not like being like added upon. You know, like it's just like
Yeah.
a constant like repetitive nature of the music, and it I don't know, it just didn't really like lend to me wanting to keep going. So.
Yeah. Definitely.
I mean, in that scene, it's like whatever. I felt it's supposed to be hypnotic or whatever. It's the sirens.
For sure.
Like, I draw you in.
Luring you in.
Yeah, but I kind of get what you're saying, Alex, with like the whiplash. It's definitely like it's like high highs and like pretty low lows. I would say it feels like that.
Definitely.
But yeah, when I
Oh, yeah, sorry. I'm just saying this movie's like an hour 45, and to me, that watch it felt like almost like 3 hour movie. It was kind of like
long.
weird.
Compared to what we watched, the second one we watched for this week, like that one should feel longer, but that one just didn't. Oh Brother felt extremely long, like a 2 hour movie, and the one almost a 2 hour movie, completely
Felt
different
faster.
tone and everything. It just felt
Even black and white
so
too.
yeah. So like
Wait, you
the
thought
pacing was
Gotcha. You thought the pacing for The Man Who Wasn't There was better than this?
100%.
Damn. All right.
The first half of that movie I can agree, but the second half of that movie it really is.
I mean, yeah, there's like an extra 40 minutes at the that's tacked on to the end of the movie. Like,
I mean the ride of Oh Brother I enjoy a lot more. It's like I think it's said well. It's like very jolty. It's very like the great
like-
moments are there, like with the finding of the Ku Klux Klan and stuff, and like these huge like swells. To me, my
Yeah.
favorite moment of the movie is when Tim Blake Nelson's character is getting baptized, and he's like, "My sins are washed away." That's my favorite scene, and it's like a great like it's there, but like the in betweens of it all are not very even like the
Yeah.
John Goodman stuff wasn't really like
Yeah,
wasn't that
that
great.
didn't hit me as much. Honestly, John Turturro's character, I had a lot more fun in this watch through with. Just like, who elected you leader of this outfit?
I love the setup at the beginning where it's like, "Well, I vote for yours truly." He's like, "I vote for yours truly." And then Tim
Yeah.
Blake Nelson's the guy in the middle. He's like, "I'm just with you."
All
boys," or
right,
something.
I'm with you boys. Yeah.
Like that's a good, nice, like you know the characters right away for sure. And then the little like scampering above the the grass while they're like running away from the chain gang or whatever. Like,
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
like
that was good.
they make their way back. I don't know that there's a I can't like pinpoint where it starts to drag for me. It might be right when they kind of like make it back when it's just Everett and Tim Blake Nelson like and they're back and they think they see John Turturro back like on the mining camp again.
Yeah,
Because
when they
then
go
it's
to see the
literally like
movie and
yeah, then it's like all right,
he's
well,
there.
are we just going in circles? Are we even moving forward? It doesn't feel like progress is being made or much change is happening.
Yeah, and then he escapes
So that might
again,
be it.
John Turturro's character, to like get to the
Yeah.
end with those three. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean that probably is like kind of the divergence and
I
like,
think that it might be it.
and
Yeah.
then the scene where they get together and sing the classic song that everybody loves. Like,
Yeah.
it's really
Man
fun. I
Comes
mean,
Sorrow.
they got like the two
Good song.
mayors or whatever that are, one dude just like embraces them, one dude is trying to arrest them or whatever, and
Mhm.
the people hate the one that's trying to arrest them. Obviously, like, I don't know. It's just there's fun dynamics. I don't know. The mayors, like, I find in these middle movies they have a lot of like older actors, kind of, I don't want to say like heavier set actors that they keep like trying to like mix into like the story, and a lot of the time like those parts of the story I find to be like the weak. I don't know if it's just like that type of character, or if it's just like,
The star factor's not working or something.
maybe, I don't know if
The
it,
full
yeah, I mean,
benefit.
I don't know if I want to be that shallow, but like it just, they seem kind of forced or like outside a lot of the time, and then
Yeah.
yeah,
I get what you're saying. Yeah, I don't know. I waffled when I watched it. I was like, oh, "This is a 4.5, man. This is good." And I was like, "But was it?" And I dropped it down, and then I like again. I've just got Hudsucker Proxy on my mind too as like one of the things that surprised me. So I compared it to that. And I was like, is it better? Is Hudsucker better? So it's yeah, my rating might fluctuate
yeah.
for this one. We'll see.
Hudsucker's like a wild card. It seems like for
Yeah.
you, but also for
Yeah.
that one surprised me too for sure.
Yeah. That one is like where I thought it would be like lower or middle ground, but honestly, I do find myself comparing these, like the ones I don't like this one, comparing it to Hudsucker. It's like, is it better than that or is it
Kind of a
worse?
good baseline for
I'm
Coen, it
finding
seems like.
now that we're almost, I think we're over halfway through. To me, Coen's have like huge highs, obviously, with like Big Lebowski, and even some of their like Blood Simple is really a highlight for me. And then they kind of have like a big old middle ground of like 3.5-star movies, and that's
Yeah.
not bad. Like, they're good movies, but like,
Pretty good.
they kind of
yeah.
are. I'm trying to find the distinguishing. It's kind of hard, honestly, where they all kind of fall on 3.5 for me.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I don't even remember what I gave this one. I just remember not liking it that
Yeah.
much.
I'm surprised though. I thought you might like it a little more, just because like the fun of it is there.
I wanted
definitely.
to, and I
Epic,
wanted it to
little
be
epic.
like, there was moments where I like chuckled, like when they have him as a frog. The one guy has a frog, and he's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
it looks just like him, or like you can tell. I don't know, that part, got a good chuckle out of me. 3 stars is where I have this one. Yeah.
Even at the beginning
fair.
when like George Clooney gets on the train and they're still like running actions like
And-
any of you boys dabble in like the metallurgic arts and,
Yeah.
and then he just gets like ripped out.
Yeah,
There's like goofy moments, stuff that made me chuckle.
for sure.
But I
Okay,
was
Dan.
very much surprised by this next one. We're trying to flow into that.
Yeah, for sure.
The Man Who Was Never There. I'd never even heard of this one. Didn't even
wasn't
know
there.
this was Coen. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Man,
the first watch for me as well.
Same. Definitely one of the most low key of the Coens. Also
Yeah.
with the next one, I feel like too. Intolerable
Yeah.
Cruelty. That's like, you never
Definitely.
really hear about these early
Yeah, I don't know if I've seen that
thousands. Yeah, I mean, just getting right into it. I thought this was a decently well crafted movie. I don't think it's my favorite movie by them. Probably be in the lower tier for me, but surprisingly good like moments, good acting. I think honestly, maybe the highlight for me is just James Gandolfini. I don't know, maybe it's just like the
He was
Sopranos
good.
Fucking
now, but
good.
He
he was
good.
great in it. Yeah. To me, the suffering of this movie, and most of like the Coen filmography now that we're in it, is like, to me they are kind of just remaking Blood Simple again and again and again and again and again. And this one
I
was
can
like
see
almost
that,
a
for
one
sure.
for one. Like, that's a pretty easy setup that you did like with the wife cheating and then like the cheating guy dying and like the main guy getting caught up in the middle of like it's it's cool, it's noir and it's different, but it's not different at the same time.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, I wrote that down too.
That's what I was thinking on Oh Brother. I was like, it feels like, I mean, they have this shtick where they're in a comfortable ground, and then especially this one kind of confirmed it. The idea of like withholding information from other characters, and they kind of just run away with the facts that they know, but they don't explicitly give the facts to everybody. So it's kind of up in the air, which is fine. It's a cool like plot device to keep everybody interested in guessing and things happening, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But it's definitely one of their shticks where it's like, oh, this is just blood simple again, or
Mm-hmm.
this is just the man trying to get rich quick type of thing, and
Because he
all this
found
stuff,
like a
which
little,
is
yeah. There's
right,
like I wrote down like in a lot of the Coen stuff. There's like the look of opportunity on a character's face, where it's
right,
like they just realized they're in a situation where that they can like play this side or play that side, and now we're like with
right,
them. It's very successful, I'd say, in a lot of the
definitely.
movies. So.
Yeah, no, I guess highlights for this one, like you said, Gandolfini is like a powerhouse as like usual. Like the way he can flip a switch from like this jolly guy and talks like, "Oh, jolly me," or "Oh, golly me," or whatever, and then all of a sudden he's in his office and he's like, "I beat the piss out of this guy, and
Yeah.
he told led me to you," and then he starts choking Billy Bob. I'm like, this is amazing. So, and Billy Bob, of course, was fucking awesome in it as well.
Yeah, really
It was
good.
good.
So,
Yeah, he was really good.
yeah,
Tony Shalhoub stood out for me too,
It was
just as
awesome.
like a lawyer character. Yeah, really
yeah,
good.
I've never seen him play like so like restrained. I feel like he's
yeah,
like very like contained, and that was pretty cool.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, kind of like the fast talking, smarty lawyer. Yeah,
Yeah.
good
I
role
thought this
for
was
him.
very well lit and well shot too. I mean,
Mm,
I don't know, it was
Was
really nice to look at.
yeah,
mm.
for sure.
Captured like the time pretty well. Say,
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking I haven't watched like that many like detective noir stories to really compare it to like what they're homaging. The only ones I really have are like Chinatown, and then to me, I just instantly felt like Sin City just because I've seen that movie a lot.
Especially with the voiceover.
The way he was like,
yeah,
he was like waiting to the end of the voice to like get the gravel. It's like that must be a noir thing, But like
Yeah,
they do it in Sin City that way, and they do it here, so I assume it's a good homage. But I just haven't. I don't fucking know.
definitely. I mean, I really liked the voiceover. I thought it was super effective in this one. And like you're thinking in the end of what why he's telling this story. And I guess I didn't think it would be because he's on death row ready to get the chair. So that was kind of a
Yeah,
surprise.
mm,
So
yeah.
and
Things
this
yeah,
just
how
kind of like
how he got to
happened.
it.
yeah.
Yeah, how he got to that location was I guess fun and inventive, but like it's kind of just a Cohen thing,
Yeah, for sure.
it's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, I
So,
mean, I was kind of expecting it to do like the classic Cohen thing of like, oh, well, all this information that not everybody knows is why this guy is kind of stumbling to success. But I'm kind of glad it went the other route where he ended up being not getting away with it fully with all the damage he caused and all that stuff around him. But
Yeah,
I don't know, I just like really identified with Billy Bob Thornton's character as like a guy who just like feels stuck, and it's like, what can he do to try and get out of it? That
I
kind of
mean,
thing.
I'm sure you felt it, Alex. Right? Like to me, like 30 minutes in the movie, I was like, oh fuck, this is Breaking Bad. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
like
Oh
When
shit.
he's staring at the hair and he's just looking at it, and he's like,
yeah.
hair it just kind of grows and we cut it off. It's like okay, so yeah, this is like when Walter,
He's
I
like
think he
shaving
said,
his wife's legs,
yeah,
like he's like in a
Mm.
like a loveless marriage, and yeah,
yep,
I don't know. I mean, so it's cool to see. I assume Vince Gilligan took some of that DNA, but
yeah,
I can see it.
I just love James Gandolfini.
that's what it seems like, right?
It
Just following him around.
was
Or
an
James
interesting character.
Gandolfini's just in great shit. He just knows
yeah.
Yeah,
making.
too. Yeah.
True. Big Davy.
Honestly, I haven't seen anything that he's in that I haven't liked. Like True Romance, he's a huge standout in that too. like as just pure evil, fucking
Yeah.
mobster
Similarly, yeah,
ass.
he just like
Yeah.
switches. I mean, I didn't even know he was in this movie before
Yeah.
watching it either. It's kind
Yeah,
of
me neither.
shock. But okay, so back to the pacing problems though. Like to me,
Hmm.
Tony Shalhoub was a huge highlight, but I think I can mark the point where it starts to go downhill, and it's like when he's in the jail cell discussing stuff, and that scene goes on for like 5 to 10 minutes, and I'm like, why? Like, and then after that scene, everything past that scene with like Scarlett Johansson and stuff, it was just like getting repetitive and like meandering, and like I just didn't care anymore, and then like things just like happen, and he kind of just like gets into the death row, and that's fine if you want to play it that way. That's cool or whatever. But like the
Yeah,
I just didn't like that section of like what
I
was happening.
understand the dips in the Scarlett Johansson, but I guess for me, since it served a purpose as of like this was him
Yeah, rectify
trying to
redeem
yeah,
himself or whatever.
and do the stuff that I don't know, his wife or be a normal person, I guess one might say, and have normal urges or what he thinks are normal urges, but he can't really get to that point even when she's wanting to suck his cock while driving as
Yeah.
a whatchamacallit. But
Scar Joe.
I
Up
guess
into that?
yeah, I guess like I didn't really get Billy Bob Thornton's character. He's like very not emotional or not like doing
right.
anything the whole
Mhm.
time, but like what does like if he's seems like he's kind of like praying after ScarJo, and then he's
But
like instantly
at
not
that's
or upset
But I
about
don't
it, and
think
I'm
it
just
was
like,
that. I think he was just
really?
trying to like actually do some good and help someone else because
Yeah.
he
To me,
kind of
it
just like
seemed like
totally fucked over
selfish
his wife's
somewhat.
life. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm
like,
with
and
like
like
I'm with
multiple
Matt.
other people. Like,
I mean,
I
that
would
was like
say
that was like the main thing. I thought it was like underlying. Oh, he probably just has like a thing for this like hot girl,
I
like
mean,
See,
maybe
as
they're
well.
maybe you can like keep both of those up in the air and be like,
Mhm.
which one? I mean, it was a little bit
Right,
of both or
right.
whatever. But
the
Yeah.
way I saw it was like he was with his wife because she had a barber. Her dad had the barbershop. Her dad died, so he kind of came into money with that. Like he was safe, secure. And then once she died, Scarlett Johansson was good on the piano, and he saw an opportunity to be her manager or whatever. So like he's just trying to find the easy ways to like just coast through life.
Mhm.
So
yeah, that's true. I
and
mean,
for
it
me
all
that was another
starts.
opportunity for him to coast through life. But when she was like, I don't want to do it anymore, that's when it kind of just fell apart for him because like he doesn't know how to do that emotional stuff. I mean, he said he didn't fuck his wife for years, so like that emotional thing doesn't connect. It's just more of
Got it.
like a means to an end or a means to just coast. I
Almost
don't know.
his
That's the way I
selfishness
saw it.
coming from his more selfish place of himself. Yeah.
Yeah.
I will
Yeah, I don't know.
say, the Richard Jenkins scene on the porch was one of the highlights of the movie for me.
That's cool.
I felt like they just
Over
like
over there from
I felt like they added like maybe a minute to that scene just because Richard Jenkins was just like giving
yeah.
it gold that day. Like it was really good.
When he nodded off to when she was playing piano and he just slaps his head he's back at it. That was good.
That and where I felt the most like Fargo Coen energy was when the two dudes were like breaking the news that his wife was pinched or
Yeah.
whatever.
Oh yeah.
That
Shit
felt
detail.
that felt a little like they were leaning more comedic, but most of the film is really just very straight.
Yeah.
I'd say.
Yeah. I really like the dude who played Billy Bob Thornton's brother-in-law. I don't know if I feel like I've seen him in other stuff, but I don't know his character, his
Which one
personality
was the
really popped.
brother-in-law?
He's the other
The
guy at
one
the
who
barber.
punches him
The other
at
barber?
the
Yeah,
he's
punches
the
him at the
principal
trial.
barber.
Okay.
he was
Yeah.
also like he's in other Coen Brothers stuff. I mean, he
He's
was
in
in
Oh
No
Brother.
Brother Where Art Thou.
He's
Yeah.
the bank robber, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
George
Okay. Yeah.
something.
He
Yeah.
babyface.
Yeah. Baby
You see him at the end of
George.
Oh Brother, just like getting sent to the fucking
Yeah.
electric chair
Yeah.
too.
Looks like old George is back on top.
Yeah, he's like depressed when he's like not being chased or
Yeah.
whatever the fuck. Like,
Yeah.
that's so good.
It's about that notoriety, man.
Yeah. I thought too I mean Cohen's openings maybe are just pretty solid in general, how they like get you in, but the barbershop black and white just like spinning or
Yeah.
whatever.
And
Like
this
yeah, we clearly know that there's supposed to be like some life there, some color there, and like we're just in this like dreary, depressed like
Yeah.
life of a man and kind of just going through it.
Just spinning our wheels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was good. Good image, good opening.
Yeah, again, I was just surprised by this one. I ended up giving it 4.5 because I really enjoyed it. I don't know, and
Nice.
maybe I'm just like a sucker for good black and white films, you know.
Yeah, it was a good
This
one.
one.
Yeah.
There's definitely a vibe about it, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, I like it. I dig it.
Yeah, no, I really like this one too. I'm only at 4 stars, but yeah, it's up there for me for this watch through the Coens.
Nice.
Right on.
I think I'm gonna give it like 3.5 probably. We'll see. We'll see where it ends up. It's above Miller's Crossing. I know that much at least. So
I ended up giving it 4.
4.
Nice.
Solid.
yeah, hard to deny that the Coens make just at least at the bare minimum like a decent movie.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
gonna be
certainly
entertaining. It's gonna be smart. I mean,
Yeah, it's gonna have some moments, some fun moments for sure. No
Fun
Goodman, no
characters.
Buscemi,
Yeah.
right? No major
First
players
time.
though.
First time for Goodman, right? Besides Blood Simple.
Is it the first? Yeah. Still got Frances McDormand though. Got to
Yep.
bring somebody back.
Gotta bring his wife into it.
Yeah, get her paid. Yeah, well, I mean, next week, shit. I mean, I have the picks. I don't know if we want to send them now or wait till later, but movie chest picks are up.
I think I have mine.
Okay.
Yeah, I got 3
Damn.
picks.
Take
Ready
a
to
look.
Fly.
I don't know.
It's all good if not right now. But are we doing Intolerable Cruelty by itself? Are we gonna do another double feature?
Why don't we do Intolerable Cruelty and the Lady Killers? I mean, those feel like two that we could just knock out, in my opinion.
I
Be down.
agree.
Yeah.
Lady Killers was my original lowest. It might
Oh,
not
yeah?
be anymore. We'll see. But I haven't seen Intolerable Cruelty. I think that'll be a new one for all of us. Right?
Yeah. I don't think I have either.
I haven't seen Intolerable or Lady Killers, so. And after those
Same.
two, I think Inside Llewellyn Davis or whatever will be like the last one that I haven't seen. So.
Same here, man.
Yeah.
Almost done. Got to start thinking about the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah. But before that, you guys, I mean, and we can sign off or could talk some more shit about what we've been watching.
I wanted to mention I watched Society of the Snow.
Oh, I need to watch that one still. Yeah.
After watching it, it baffles me that it didn't get nominated for like cinematography because honestly, that was one of the best looking films to come out last year. Like
Nice.
watching it, the decisions they made for like the claustrophobia scenes and just in general, like making a bad situation just look good. I don't know. It was just very well composed and
Heard
yeah,
a lot of good things. Yeah, I think it got a nomination for makeup. I
it
want to
did.
say.
It was makeup and I think score or some shit like that.
Okay.
Uh, or best foreign feature or some shit like that.
Proud.
But like, yeah, it was actually really good. I don't understand the problem people have of like, oh, it's hard to tell this story. Oh, I get that it's hard to tell this story. That's not the problem I have. But like, where they're like, is it what they did to stay alive like moral or like worth talking about without I don't know, the way they tell it in Society of the Snow is nothing about it is glorified or like held up to where like this is like look at what these heroes did. They
And it's just like
ate their
necessity.
friends. Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Everything about it is just like this is what we had to do, the bare minimum.
Mm-hmm.
And even when the end, when they have the big like monologue of like after it's all said and done, there was no heroic music or anything. It was just like somber. And it was like, I don't know, it just felt like this was the best
Felt
possible
right.
way to tell a story. There was no Hollywood about it. It was just straight up. So
I
yeah.
like that. I need to check it out soon. Yeah, I heard it
Yeah,
like straight. It like it's good to watch to like teach you to like
Yeah.
if you're ever in like a situation like yeah, like you need to do probably some of this
It's
stuff,
crazy.
so.
And do you guys know about the? I mean, you've heard
I
about
read
the
up a
story of
little
the
bit.
Andes. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just crazy the stuff they had to do and like to think like to have the balls to say they had no right to like I guess eat people like that's just not morally right. Like what would you do? You know, you're trying to survive. They called
Yeah.
off the search after like 3 days. Like what the fuck? These guys had to have something. You know?
Yeah.
I don't
At a
know.
certain point, it becomes animal instincts, right? So
Right, and at
What you
one
gotta
point,
do.
you decide to die by like giving up or
Mhm.
just
Or like
losing the
you're
will to live.
right, or like that threshold of that decision is like something you can't overcome, and then
Yeah,
like giving up, right?
exactly. When you know it's possible to get home because the answer is right over the mountain ridge. You just got to have the energy to do it, or whatever. And it's just like, of course, they're gonna do what they can to survive. You know,
Nice. I'm gonna give that
I
one a
don't know.
watch soon. I think.
What was it called?
Yeah,
Society in the Snow.
Society of the Snow. It's on
Of the Snow.
Netflix. Yeah,
Gotcha.
it's Swedish or no,
Oh,
Spain,
It's
okay.
made
Spain.
by like a decently well-known director, I want to say. Or he's
Yeah,
made like a couple other movies, maybe. But
he has. Yeah, it's really good though. I really enjoyed it. I
nice.
expected to like it, but I think it was really good. So
Nice. Oh
yeah.
yeah, J.A. Bayona.
Mhm.
He's done Jurassic World, Fallen Kingdom, and The Impossible.
All right, let's linger on the Impossible because
One
that
of
one's
those is
actually
good,
pretty
right?
good.
Yeah, yeah,
Other
yeah.
one was a paycheck. Let's just think that.
Yeah,
And then he came.
Yeah,
He was like,
yeah.
"Okay, fuck that. I'm making Society of the Snow." That's
yeah.
that's the timeline
That's
in
my
my head.
list.
um,
Rough times, rough times.
I did go see the new Bob Marley biopic.
Ooh,
Yeah, I
One
saw you
Love.
rated it on Letterbox.
Yeah, I gave it 3 stars. It's pretty. It doesn't do anything like that
Kind of
any
it.
other biopic hasn't done, and it
Right.
takes a
Fair.
snapshot of like 2 years and
So
doesn't
it's like
even
a
really like.
micro
Yeah, it doesn't even like
biopic.
tell you about it. Like
Mm.
what is yeah. So it's just kind of like it's like Bob Marley did a couple things in these 2 years. They kind of gloss over some of the things that made him not that great, and then they're like, let's do a concert at the end, and hopefully, it's literally like it's like Bohemian Rhapsody.
He's
It's like all this, or maybe just artists, music artists are just so cliche in general because like they have like the humble upbringing, and then like they
Hmm.
get big, start cheating on their wife, get fucking some type of disease, and then they got to play one show at the end of their life and be like, "Don't you remember the peace I brought to the world?" And then it's
Yeah.
like, I mean,
Remember how
that's
great I was?
that's basically what that movie was. But
That
the
sounds like
main
a
guy did really good.
Chad to me. Go out with a fucking bang.
Right. I mean, it's a cool story, but like, I guess the in a movie form,
Yeah, yeah, I
I'm
get
not
you.
getting anything new anymore with that story,
Yeah.
So it's just
Mm,
unfortunate, I guess, for Bob Marley that it's coming so late. But
mm.
it's fine. The main actor was
Yeah,
really good. So
nice, nice. Yeah, I was curious about that one. I
Yeah, I'm
haven't
not
really
really
been
interested in
watching
that
much.
one, but
yeah, it was that or
I've heard
Madam
bad
Web.
things about it. Yeah.
It's like,
Tough week for movies.
yeah,
Mhm.
You
definitely.
can go see Argyle.
Yeah, I let that one kind of pass.
Tough week for movies.
Yeah,
Tough month.
yeah. I have been digging
Yeah.
into some Best Picture winners though too, because on Reddit, Letterboxd is doing this like competition where you like the last 50 Best Picture winners, you vote one of them out or whatever.
Yeah.
Um, so there was some that I have not seen that I was like trying to make sure I could actually vote on. But yeah, I watched Kramer versus Kramer. I watched Moonlight. I watched Annie Hall. I watched 12 Years a Slave. I watched The Sting. I watched Unforgiven. Those are all the Best Picture winners. Yeah, best one
Cool.
Unforgiven's
on.
Clint Eastwood, right?
Very good, actually.
I know. I
Very
really want
good
to watch
Western.
it.
Yeah,
I
but I
really
think the
want to
best
watch
Clint
it.
Eastwood movie that I've seen. I don't really like his movies that much, but that one,
Yeah, me
it
either.
fits. It fits. Really liked Moonlight too. That movie was a lot better than I was expecting, and it
See,
just
I thought it
like
was
Yeah,
Superman,
captured me.
but
Really,
yeah.
I mean, I just like felt engrossed in that movie, dude. I don't know. It was just like an experience that I really liked.
I
And
really
Kramer
wanted
versus
to like
Kramer.
it when I was watching it, but I just couldn't get into it, I guess.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I like the three stories that worked for me, but I can see
Yeah.
how it like kind of chunks it up in a weird way. But yeah, Kramer versus Kramer, older one with Dustin Hoffman, Meryl Streep,
Yeah,
about
that's a
divorce. So if you're a child of
classic.
divorce, it might hit a little too close to home for you, but it was like very timeless and very like emotional, and I felt a
Nice.
lot. So Annie Hall, terrible movie. I have like made my stance on Annie Hall now. I don't know what happened, but like that movie is I don't even know. Woody Allen, I mean, that dude is the most annoying like protagonist I think I've ever experienced in a movie. So like, and there's clever moments in that movie, and it's like cleverly written in the '70s, but it's like so whiny and so like meandering, and it's like it set the precedent for rom coms, which cool. Like, I don't like, that doesn't mean it's a fucking good movie. Like, are most rom coms good? No. So I don't know. It's like I have a pretty big disconnect with that movie right now. I'm kind of going through it. And
Yeah.
in the competition, it snuck by a technicality. It was supposed to be out already, and it didn't get. It's just I don't want to get into it, but it's still in, and it's like it's seething within me right now. So
Good.
wow, wow, dude. Now you got to watch Annie Hall. If you think that's
I-
good, yeah, watch it. Let me know what
I
you think.
don't. I fucking hate rom coms, Matt. No, don't make me do it.
But this is
Do
the
it.
first one, Joe. It's good. It's supposed to be good.
What's the one with Kumail Nanjiani, that rom com?
Big Sick.
Yeah, that was a good one. I enjoyed that
That was pretty good.
Yeah, that one rules.
one. Yeah.
About time. That rules.
That was a good one.
Was
But
that with
those are like premise driven, or like somewhat.
Mm.
It's like you can't do any more rom coms because nobody gives a shit about your fucking love life. Because nobody gives a shit about Woody Allen's love life in 1977. Nobody gives a fuck. But they did in 1977 apparently. I don't know.
Crazy Stupid Love. That's a good one. I like that
Yeah,
one.
yeah, that's a good one.
With premise.
Yes.
That's like key.
Annie
That's fair.
Hall has no premise. Is that
No, it's
that's
just
what you're
him
saying?
like going through like a love with Annie Hall and then breaking up and then moving on.
Woe is me.
Oh, bro. Oh, so whiny. It's crazy. I don't know. Anyways, 12 Years a Slave, really good too. I enjoyed that one a lot. Didn't enjoy it, but like,
Yeah. No, that was a
when I
big one
watched
that
it-
I knew I'd want to watch eventually. Yeah.
yeah, I was like, for this competition, I was like, if I don't pull the trigger right now on 12 Years a Slave and watch it, I'm gonna like have
It'll
to
be 12
decide
years,
later
so.
to like, I'm feeling
Take
like
the
watching 12
time.
Years a Slave, like, and that's just never gonna happen. So like,
Yeah.
it felt right.
Nice. Did you guys want to do like a stream for the Oscars? It's like talking about awards and stuff this year.
I mean,
That comes around.
yeah, let's talk
Do
it
that again.
over a little bit. After that.
Nice.
Alex, I haven't been able to talk to you. It's not confirmed yet, but I saw on the internet that it's rumored that Tom Cruise is going to be in Quentin Tarantino's final film.
I'm
And
glad
when
you
I
brought
saw-
that up.
When I saw that article, I was like, "Am I living in Alex's universe right now?" Like,
I'm glad you brought that up. I was when I got the news, I was getting into a league game with my friends, and I was like, guys, huge news here. Not only is Brad Pitt slated to be in Quentin's last movie, but now Tom Cruise is in the talks. I'm like, am I dreaming?
Yeah,
Can I kill myself after this is over?
That's-
Because I think I'll be happy.
Yeah,
So-
peaked.
I was just like, man, Alex must be having the best day of his life right now.
Oh yeah, that was great news for me.
Nice.
That was pretty cool though. I feel like that's
As
gonna be a
much as
banger.
I'm kind of like meh on Tom Cruise, I feel like he would actually be pretty good in a Tarantino movie.
Could be cool.
I feel like Tarantino will
I feel like
know
he's like
what to
funny.
get out of
Like
him.
Tom Cruise
Yeah,
can be
yeah.
funny. Like so, I feel
Mhm.
like he has, and like he's just a pretty good actor. I feel like he would probably do a pretty good job.
Take his performance in Magnolia and mix it with
Yeah.
a little bit of his performance in Tropic Thunder, and you have the perfect
Exactly,
creation.
yeah. Like-
I was exactly thinking of Steel Magnolia. I was like, Quentin needs to give him a character like similar to that, and just let him run wild.
Tame the cunt. Yeah, bring that energy.
Yeah, feels like it's like his white whale of an actor almost. That he's like, I never got Cruise, so now I gotta.
If he gets Cruz and then also lands Chris Pine, his favorite actor of all time, that'll
That's
be.
his favorite actor of all time.
It's a
He has mentioned that Chris Pine is the best actor of his generation and like one that he wants to work with. So
Wow,
High praise. wow.
why? Like
interesting.
Did you
I
see
mean,
what made
Dungeons
him
and
think
Dragons
that?
show?
Like-
Yeah,
I sort of see it because in Smoking Aces he's like
He's great
firing
in
on all
Smoking Aces.
cylinders.
He's
And
so
like even Ben
outside.
Affleck on the set of that was like, if I have to put my entire life's like monies on who's gonna make it in this world as an actor, it's Chris Pine. And if you watch
Yeah.
Smoking Aces, like you're like, yeah, I agree
Like
because
that's
he
you're like that's
sends.
Chris Pine. Holy fuck.
Yeah.
Seriously. I mean,
Yeah,
he needs
no
to get
good.
more
But-
like range roles then or something.
Yeah, I
Like
know.
really highlight that shit.
He's in a corner right now where he's got these cliche roles that he's just constantly playing the same thing. And it's just unfortunate, but
Yeah. Yeah,
Probably
I
a
don't know.
Star
I feel
Trek
like I just
movie.
haven't seen him in anything like substantial or like where he would actually like
Unstoppable's
show
pretty
his
good.
like
Yeah.
That's not bad.
I mean, I liked him as Kirk in the new Star Trek movies.
Yeah,
I don't think
me
it was
too.
like an amazing role, but I thought he was like a good choice
Yeah,
for it.
I mean,
He
he's
did good.
fine.
Yeah,
He did it well. Yeah.
But I guess it's just like I don't know. Pretty much anybody can do that. So
That's why it's like
I don't
an
know.
every
You gotta
man's
be-
role. So
Yeah.
it's like,
You
yeah.
gotta be white and you gotta have fucking like brown blonde hair. And
Right?
you
Like,
can
like,
be Kirk.
We can fucking
Spend
dye
that
your
good
hair if
money.
you want. Like,
Yeah, we don't. You
Yeah,
don't even need the
right.
hair.
Give me a wig.
Yeah,
Also-
I'm looking forward to that. If Tom Cruise makes it into a Tarantino movie, my life is
That's it. Put the bow
I'm
on
it.
it.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah.
That's all I
Plus,
need.
to
Pretty
wrap
sick.
out the final film too. I mean, that's just like that's a book.
I feel like it's gonna just blow up the box office too. It's like
Oh, for
Tarantino,
sure.
Tom Cruise, Brad Pitt. It's like, what more can you ask for?
Fuck
I think
yeah.
it'd probably be his
Yeah.
most. I'm theorizing right now it's going to be his most successful film. It like
Gotta be.
monetarily.
There's so much hype around it too, being the last one.
Right. Yeah,
And
you
now
gotta go
all
see
that.
it. You guys, it's the
Yeah.
last one. You gotta go see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And 5 years later, he's like, "Just kidding. I was fucking
Psych.
lying for 20 years. I'm gonna keep.
We're going
making
for a
movies."
dozen. 2
Yeah.
more. Yeah.
Psych. That was part one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The next 10.
So I also saw that the game, like the David Fincher movie, or maybe it's like a
Yeah.
book or something. I guess it's getting made into a TV show, and I'm just
Why?
like, they're right. That's like my reaction. I'm like, why the fuck would you?
I mean, I think the format
cares?
like, fits it well.
It was
like,
kind of
the
funny too.
premise, but-
The article was just like this cult classic movie, and I'm just like, who the fuck, like, who would think this
Is it,
movie's
though?
good? Like,
Is it a cult?
There's a
Yeah.
percentage.
Is it a
people
cult
think that's-
classic?
yeah, I would say so. But
Yeah.
damn,
yeah.
I honestly didn't know that. Just because, like,
Yeah.
I don't know, I had never heard of this movie before we watched it.
Same. Yeah.
It could work for a show where you have like big dramatic episode. I don't want to say cliffhangers,
Right.
but like you have beats you can hit that are like impactful.
Challenges per episode or
But-
whatever. Yeah.
You're gonna. It's like that premise is. I think we talked about it when we talked about it. It's like it's so flawed because you know the game is the game. Therefore, like the circle never like stops like spin. I don't know. It's just
Yeah.
like yeah,
Oh,
maybe.
yeah. Riding
Yeah,
the
I
meta
don't know.
line a little bit. Yeah.
I will say I don't want to talk too much about it just because I don't really care. But like I did finish Attack on Titan. Did we talk about this yet? I don't know. But
Joe brought it up.
I
but,
did. I've definitely ranted
yeah.
about it.
I
Yeah.
finally watched the two finale parts, and
And
it was
How'd you
fine.
feel
Like,
after
they
this?
closed the arc that they created in a fine way, but it didn't fix any of the problems that the fourth season created for that show. It didn't like do anything outside.
they killed
of what it-
80% of the population, Matt,
I
and they
talked to-
still have problems. They're still
Bro.
fighting with each other.
I talked to some people about it.
Nothing changed.
Like, why do people care about, or why are people like, we should give Aaron a good burial? No one else is gonna. We need to like. Why do you like
He's
him?
an asshole.
He
Yeah.
literally destroys 80% of the world. Like, why do you think he's a good like? Because
Like, you could have just fucking committed. Like, if you're gonna try to like borderline commit genocide or like do some kind of genocidal act, like, why wouldn't you just get rid of the Titans?
right? Why do you gotta kill?
They're like
Randy
way
fucking
less than the fucking world
civilians?
population, and
Yeah.
then they can just get on with the rest of their fucking life. Like,
That's a
I don't
great
know.
question, Joe. That's a great. But I was told
Yeah.
that Aaron thought he Doctor Stranged it, and he was like, none of these scenarios. Now
A
that
really
I'm outside
shitty
of
way,
time,
too.
don't fucking
Dude,
align to the.
what about the fact that like they just had suppressed memories that like they just found out about in the last like 5 minutes of the show?
Yeah, because Aaron can transcend time. Bro.
Oh,
He's the
so he
attack
just
titan.
like actually had good memories with them, and he just blocked them out from them. Like,
They're
I
not
don't
even
know,
good
dude.
memories though. They're just
just,
like
like,
last ditch
shitty, like-
efforts at the end of Aaron's life to be like, you realize why I had to do everything, right? Good. Okay. Like that's I just like don't understand why people think Aaron, because literally I still don't understand why he did it other than he's a fucking douche. Like literally, like that's the bear of that core character. Like
Dude,
He's a
yeah,
dick. He's an
because
ass. Like he's just a douche. Like
it was that like the Titans killed his mom, and then like that's like what fueled him to do
Yeah.
like the
He
rest
had
of
that
his acts,
rage.
and then like he just used the Titans for his own gain, and he
yeah,
like
he's just like an
they're
angsty
his
fucking
people.
dude
Like
who just
I
like
don't
an
know,
Yeah,
and
he
idiot.
that
lost
like
his
so
humanity.
that like totally lost like I don't know. There was like a disconnect there because his motivations
Yeah.
were for like I don't know, avenging his mother or his like family or like his people, I guess.
Wasn't there like a
But
whole
then he found out that they're
storyline?
the fucking problem. Like I don't know, like it just there was like a weird disconnect there where like his motivations for actually like saving them came out of nowhere. Like there I don't
Yeah.
know. He just flipped a switch and he just like was a totally different character.
Yeah, yeah.
And it all
Oh,
hinges on the fact that the fourth season became this like metaphysical, like it's like they watched the episode of Game of Thrones where it's like Hodor, hold the door, Hodor, Hodor. It's like holy shit, the timeline can be fucking altered in any city in a year. It's the present timeline. Like it's like he watched that and was like, holy fuck, the Attack on Titan can
Yeah,
get so
dude.
fucking
And
trippy.
he didn't have
Oh
that
my
idea
God.
yet. Like he just
Yeah, or it's just like that idea of like being able to like transcend time and like this. It just like is so outside Attack on Titan for me. It just like is nothing like to
Yeah, it
do
has nothing
with
to do
what
with
they
the
built.
Yeah.
I just like don't get it, but they closed that arc out. They did it.
What arc,
Yeah.
Matt?
They finished.
Did they? Because
They
I
closed
don't.
that arc out.
I don't even
They-
know what you mean. What arc?
like the arc of
Dude.
going to that outside land across the sea and all this fucking like
But Matt, they got
Marley or
to the
whatever the
sea
shit.
at the end of season 3.
right. What I'm saying is they closed out the arc that they established in season 4. So
I'm saying they closed out the arc at the end of season 3. Yeah, okay. I
the
get what
show's
you're saying.
arc. Is that what you're saying? Because
Yeah, the fucking show should have
You
ended
mean
at
they?
season
Yeah,
3.
yeah.
Yeah,
The
I mean, I can see
show
that.
at the bed. That's Vonage's like rewatching that, and I was like, why are you
rough.
subjecting yourself to this?
Yeah,
It's like I just
I
gotta
mean,
finish it. And I was like, well, let me know.
I guess my final question, Joe. What the fuck was up with the credits where it's like just flashing forward through thousands of years and it becomes like civilization again, and then there's another war, and then a helicopter crashes, and then
Oh, yeah?
a little girl comes and finds like Aaron's grave under the tree.
Oh shit,
Why?
I didn't even see that.
It's just during the credits. It's like,
But like
oh,
that
Aaron's
even
grave.
more like gives you like the notion that none of that even fucking mattered. Because
Yeah,
like it was just gonna the cycle was just gonna repeat itself. Like
I guess so. But apparently, like before the Titans, it was basically normal civilization, and then after the Titans, it's basically normal civilization with just like futuristic technology. And then in the middle, there's this fucking psychedelic dream sequence that you just like Titans are just like, holy fuck, this is the most apocalyptic fucking.
and there's like a weird centipede thing that it's
I just don't get it, man. But anyways, I'm glad I can say I finished it, so I don't have to like have it over my head.
Well done.
I'm dude,
Thank you.
I just like well, I don't know. A new issue of My Hero Academia came out yesterday because they come out on Sundays. Dude, like it's almost done. Like
That's what I
there's
hear.
probably not going to be much left.
2 more seasons, 3 more seasons.
Oh, as far as the show goes, yeah, I don't know. I mean, this last arc has been like so fucking long. I don't like. I think they're gonna have to split it up into multiple seasons. I would
Yeah.
assume, unless
Yeah.
they make a really long season, because like I don't know.
That show's coming back in like 2 months. I want to say or something like that.
Oh, dude, nice.
Be
I love
keeping
that
up
show.
to date for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So good. So good. I've been enjoying Hunter x Hunter. I don't know if you guys have watched that.
Cool. Yeah, I'm actually
Okay.
I'm like reading through the Yu Yu Hakusho manga, and
Okay.
the creator of that is like the same creator as Hunter x Hunter.
Okay.
Like where
Nice.
I'm at in Yu Yu Hakusho, they like are talking about like Nen and stuff, and I'm like, is this in the
Ah.
same fucking world? Like,
Yeah.
because like
might
in Yu
be.
Yu Hakusho, they're like in Japan and shit, but like Hunter x Hunter is like a totally different world. So I
Yeah, they
think they are
travel all
supposed to be
over.
like two different
Wait till the
things.
crossover
gotcha.
event, bro.
I don't know. I
Right.
doubt it. Like the creator, I mean, Hunter x Hunter is not done, but I am caught up on the manga because like the show doesn't go to the end of the manga or like where the
Okay.
manga's at.
Does the show end though? Like, are they still making it, or did they like cut it off? And
The show ended, yeah, but I
Yeah,
mean, they
okay.
could make more, but like even the manga's like not done, and I don't really know
Yeah.
how much longer it's gonna be. And the
Yeah.
creator has like really bad fucking back problems, so he takes like a year or two breaks. Like he took a
Hunched over, right? And
I don't
drawing.
know what year it was. I don't know if it was last year or the year before. He had just like finished up and got to like episode 4 or issue like 400 or something like that,
Damn.
and took a break. So I don't know when it's gonna come
That's
back.
fucking fair. I mean, take his time. Got 400 issues drawn, written.
It's pretty good though.
Decided,
How far into it are you?
I got to the Chimera Ant. I'm
Oh,
in,
shit,
the
okay, cool.
Chimera Ant battle. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
It's
pretty cool.
I mean, it's cool. It's cool. The last 2 episodes I watched were just like pure narration,
Yeah,
and I was like, "What? What?" Like he's narrating every like second of the battle. I'm like, "Why
Yeah.
can't we
That's
just
anime,
watch
Yeah.
the battle?"
It's kinda weird, like, even
Yeah.
even though like manga, like there's not a lot of drawing anymore. It's just mainly just dialogue,
Hmm.
and I'm like, why?
Mental.
I could just be like reading
Yeah.
a book, which is like
Could read-
fine. It was
yeah,
just weird. I don't know.
It is weird. It's like show don't tell with manga. I feel like is the
Hard
Yeah.
to draw it.
animation. Yeah, hours.
I have decided, I think mentally, that I'm gonna at one point in my life watch One Piece.
Don't do
Why?
it, dude.
You
Dude,
know,
watch
I feel like
Naruto
I'm
before you
missing out.
watch One Piece.
I've already made a mental, like I know I'm gonna watch
Matt,
Naruto.
like
I know I'm gonna
you
watch
don't
like a
need to
couple other ones.
spend like I don't know. I guess I just like fundamentally don't think that you need to be telling a story for that long. Like
Mhm.
yeah,
you can make a fully fleshed out world in a way quicker time period than One Piece. I mean, most people have done it before. Like
I guess like my counter argument is like One Piece was established in like a time where it's like that was not, like it was like Dragon Ball Z. Let's just fucking run this bitch, like and keep running this bitch. The only thing that makes me want to do it really
you're going on
is
since the
like
fucking 90s, Matt.
exactly
Since the 90s.
That's what I'm saying, because imagine
30 years.
You're just gonna waste like 20 days of your life watching that show.
I could find ways to waste it worse than that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's where I'm kind of like I could.
It's
do worse.
20 full days, not like 8-hour
do it
days, or 8-hour work days. It's 20 full
24
fucking
hours.
days.
That's fine. You know how many like hours I spent playing video games and watching movies in my life? It's a
Yeah,
drop in,
but like
a drop in a bucket.
it's different movies.
like-
Do you know how many different movies you could watch? Like a shit ton of movies in 20 days, Matt.
I intend
20
to.
full days worth of time.
So this is a lifetime goal. Okay, I'm not trying to binge everything in a year. I'm trying to.
I guess that's a
at
better way
one
to look
point in
at
my
it.
life,
Matt,
watch
let's just say you average it out 2 hours a movie, right? We'll just say like an average of 2 hours a movie. You got 12 movies a day. I mean,
Times 20.
like, yeah, dude.
It's not that.
like,
that's many movies.
I have 2,000 movies on my watch list. It'll maybe get what is it? I don't even want to do the mental math right now. Is it like 100?
I think that's 8 per
diff-
like 100-ish. So like you got like 250-ish around there
It's a
probably.
dent. It is a dent. But then I'm gonna have a big old gap in my One Piece catalog in my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, but here's why I want to do it. Because imagine getting to the end of One Piece in our culture. Like, imagine watching the finale of One Piece where you're like, I will feel so left out that I wasn't like a part of that. I don't know. Maybe it's just like weird to think that, but like
I don't know. I mean,
a 20
Matt,
to 30 year journey of a show
I
to be
just
there at
feel
the end
like
would be pretty rewarding. I feel like.
I know like some events of the show, and I think I'm just good with what I know.
Yeah, I mean, I hear great things about like people are. Also, if you're like an anime lover, I don't know.
But Matt,
what
how
the
many
term
of
is
those
anymore,
how many
but,
of those people who say great things about it have also said great things about Attack on Titan?
It's not
They're
a
drinking
one.
that 900 episode Kool-Aid, man. They're
Yeah.
like so far in that they can't not.
They
say
love that
it's
shit.
bad.
They love anime.
Yeah.
They love it. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, I mean, it's like I'm not an anime lover, but like I respect anime, and I like certain animes.
No, I'm
But,
very like
I'm
basic
disrespecting.
shonen level anime.
Right. I mean,
I
My
don't know,
Hero is
but
my
I
favorite anime.
That is like
so,
older anime, I think personally.
Yeah.
And you
Well,
don't
I
like
guess
One Piece.
There's some
One Piece
bangers.
is from the fucking 90s.
This is the
But, like,
OG.
Matt, have you seen Samurai Champloo?
I
No,
wouldn't
that's-
say
I
it's
will
the
watch
OG,
that one.
man.
That's on my list.
The OG
I
for
watched,
me
like,
is
2
Dragon Ball,
episodes.
all right? So go fuck yourself.
I'm just saying, like, I feel like
disrespect.
the anime community, there's like
The
a
weebs.
baseline. Yeah, the weebs. There's like a
The weebs.
baseline that you have there, and it's like, are you caught up on One Piece? Is like a question that is in the top 3 questions that a weeb would ask in any of the last 20 years. So like,
I mean, maybe.
I don't know.
I
It's
think
like
like
cultural for me, I guess.
I
at a
think like
certain point.
from what I picked up, I guess like One Piece is like, I don't know, One Piece, Naruto, Dragon Ball, like those are like those kind of shows that just go on forever are just like the anime that everybody knows because they've just go on forever, but like that doesn't make them good. They're just always around. Like I feel
Yeah.
like the people who actually appreciate anime get into like the actual other shit. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
I just
Sorry.
feel like I don't
I
know.
guess
Dude,
like I'm a mainstream
ass,
guy
though.
though, so I don't want to go into the niche animes that I don't really care about. You
You
know what I'm saying?
watch-
I want to stay
Yeah.
mainstream. So like, I
Wait,
guess
whoa,
this
whoa,
is
whoa,
like
whoa.
One Piece is in that wheelhouse if you're going mainstream.
Yeah,
But-
yeah. I mean, there were full ass like
I don't know,
statues
man.
of Luffy
If you
in
want to
Japan.
do it,
like-
go
Yeah.
for it. But
I'm just
like,
I think I might. I don't know if I'd
I'm
trade
not
for
gonna
my
waste
kid
my
for that
time.
one.
I don't know. I got like
I didn't want you to take this journey.
300 episodes in, and I was like, I think I'm good.
Yeah.
hell yeah, good for
maybe
you,
it's-
Noah. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.
What's the heated stance, Joe? And
I just like don't think anybody should waste that much fucking time
It
on
is a
like
lot.
a shitty show. Like
Maybe do yourself
that's
a
gotta be
favor.
subjective, right?
Look up a list of like the filler episodes of
I would
One
do
Piece
that.
and like skip that shit.
I would.
And
do
it
that
probably narrows
100%.
down. It probably narrows down like 300 episodes or something if I had to guess.
Yeah. I'd probably do that. And it's not like a show it's like, okay, now I cannot watch anything else. I'm only gonna watch.
Yeah.
It's like I'll just here and
It's so long, we
I'm
could
still
throw it
watching
on.
Seinfeld right now. I'm
wait,
in,
are
like,
you
season
saying
5, and I
you're
do
gonna
that
watch
every
an
once in a
episode
while.
of One Piece just here and there?
Yeah. That's what
Matt,
anime's for, right?
you know how long that's gonna take you, dude?
Joe,
That you're
20
gonna be
days,
watching
at
that
least. Can
for
I
literally
reiterate
20 years.
my lifetime goals.
You can build a schedule around your One Piece watching for the next
Yeah.
20 years.
If I watch One Piece, what is there, 1,000 episodes or something? If I watch one episode a day, that's a couple years, 3 years, 4 years, right? I mean, that's
You're gonna be
I-
that
I'm a
40
watcher.
40-year-old dude watching One Piece.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
I'm watching
fine.
it for the kids. That's what I'm gonna say.
I don't know. 1,200 episodes,
Jesus.
probably what it'll end at ish, if it ever ends. Or if it ever ends because the creator might die before it fucking actually ends.
The One Piece was a lie.
Like George R.R. Martin.
Yeah, I mean, I watch this
Yeah.
shit. I'm a sucker, dude. I just like watching shit.
Watch Samurai Champloo. Watch Mob
Well,
Psycho.
One Piece is
100.
my
I need to
friend's
watch
favorite
those first.
show, so
Of all
if that
time.
gives you any hope. Yeah, he's a weeb though.
Exactly. It's like a legacy thing, right? I mean, at a certain point.
That's the anime that got him into anime.
Was One Piece?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's usually like One Piece, Naruto, Dragon Ball.
The Trinity.
It's usually one of those three. Yeah.
You see, I've tried. Doesn't work
Yeah.
on me. I'm immune to that anime bullshit.
Good.
Mm.
You're better off. I don't. I feel like nowadays, like all the anime that like I got started watching, like that got me started watching anime, have kind of either ended or like are about to
Falling
end.
off.
And I think I'm just gonna be good after that. Like I don't
You
think I'm
outgrew it,
really.
dude.
I think I have.
I'm
I
kind
don't
of
know.
feeling that too, Joe. Just like watching through Hunter x Hunter, I'm just like, I don't know. I don't get the same
It doesn't
enjoyment.
do the same. Yeah, like it
Yeah.
doesn't. I don't know.
Doesn't scratch
The
the itch. It's
tropes
like
are too
I feel like
tropey.
back in the day, I used
Yeah.
to find like a
Too
new
basic.
anime that came out like, I don't know, 15 years ago or something like that. And I was like, holy shit, I like this. But like,
Yeah.
that doesn't fucking happen anymore because like I found all the hidden gems, like,
Mhm.
and now
The wells run dry.
what do I fucking got,
Yeah.
You can
Well,
watch
you know
One
what?
Piece.
There you go.
No.
Dude.
I'm
The only
good.
one you got left.
It's the
I already
Trinity, bro.
know that he fucking went fifth gear, Joy Boy bullshit. He's
Dude,
got white
there's-
hair.
There's
Yeah,
6 years now,
it's
bro. You're
fine.
behind. Now there's 6. You gotta catch up. Yeah, you gotta stay up. You gotta stay up.
Nah, I'm pretty sure there's only 5 right now. And
See, that's the question I want to know the answer to, because I have no fucking idea. I don't know what
there's
the
only
fifth gear is.
I'm pretty sure there's only 5 right now, and his hair turns white, and his name's Joy Boy. Cause like, yeah, it was like after fucking yeah, I watched the episodes.
So
'Cause-
you do watch One
Because
Piece.
someone showed them to me.
Uh-huh. The plot thickens. Well, okay. I mean, out of the anime train, only other things I've really been watching is I did finish Mr. and Mrs. Smith. And
Oh, hell yeah.
If you guys haven't watched that show, watch that fucking show, dude.
Yeah, it's good.
You will
Started
like
watching
it.
Yeah,
it.
I've seen it. I've seen
No,
I
it.
started
I liked
watching
it a
it.
lot. You know,
I'm on
like
episode 3.
Cool.
Oh, nice.
I was thinking, like, if there's actually like, I don't know. When I was watching it, I didn't really like think about how like fucked up it would be if there was an actual like company like that. But like, I wouldn't doubt that there probably like is or could be.
It's gotta be something related.
And like, I don't know, it's like
I
an international fucking company that's just like does
you never know
black
the face of it. Like,
market shit. I don't know. Then they just have operatives that can do whatever, and people probably just pay this company to do specific shit.
right.
And like, that's like super fucked. Like,
Yeah, the
I
real
don't know.
like it's like a cartoony premise or whatever, but the realism of that show is like very nicely handled too, with like
Yeah.
how like the world actually works. And like what an example is like the neighbor who's just worried about like how much money that place
know.
must cost, and like
Like
it's
I
actually
like when he
real.
gets first introduced, I'm just like, okay, what's this dude's deal? Is he like
Yeah.
another spy, or is he
Right.
like gonna like kill
Is he
them?
watching
And
them? Is
he's
he gonna
just
see
looking at the
something?
house. Like,
He's just interested in like why they're able to like get all those improvements in a garage
Yeah.
and shit, and like
that was so
and
fucking good.
yeah, this was like way ahead of you, I'd say, a lot of the time, and funny, dramatic, got the action. It's like one of like the best modern, because when I think of like Suits and that type of shit, where it's like, oh, you could just watch an episode, you could kind of do that with that show, but it also has like a very nicely like tailored plot through the first season too. So
Yeah, I feel like whenever there was like espionage shit going on, like I was still like actively engaged. Like I was never really like bored with what they were doing, because like
yeah,
I don't know, I feel like they had a good way of just like pacing and
the way the relationship
making sure that there's like shit going on or like stakes.
yeah, right, and then it's like
And yeah, how
drama
their
is, like-
relationship developed. I feel
Yeah.
like how their relationship developed in this show was like way better done than like the movie. Because I mean it's been fucking years since I've seen the movie, but like it seems like the entire movie they just like are trying to kill each other.
yeah,
But I could be wrong, but like, and there's not much of like
they don't know
before
that they're agents in
trying
the
to kill each
movie.
other.
Yeah, so in this one they just instantly know, which is kind of takes away like all the hammy tension you could probably get from it, like, and just gets it to right to like the actual drama.
Yeah.
For sure. Definitely, I'm gonna call it now. I think it might be top 5 for me this year for shows. We'll
5,
see.
huh?
Yeah, I was thinking about the rating system, and if it's only this one season, that might be like a 5-star show. I don't know. Like, I just couldn't really tell you anything.
I think it
that was
is.
bad.
I would
Like,
assume that it's just gonna be the first, like it's just gonna be one season, but like
they leave it
I
open
guess I
enough,
could be wrong.
But
Like
I don't
I
need
kind of
another
hope
season.
that they don't. Yeah,
Yeah.
just because like the premise will be like entirely different.
Or it's just they're gonna either they keep the same characters or go different characters, but like they're gonna extend something that
That's
might.
true. They could go other
leave-
characters.
they could
But
if
like
they
I don't
want.
know. I mean, we were just bitching about fucking True Detective and like
Right.
I don't know, an anthology show like that, like would it work? Like
How
would
much
I care
different are
about
you
these
gonna
characters?
Do
Like
anything?
is it just
that
gonna
they
end
did?
exactly the same as this season? Like
Right. Right. Great questions, but if there is another season, I'll definitely watch it. If not, this is a really good show. So.
yeah. I don't know. What makes me also think that there won't be another season is just the fact that like I don't know, Donald Glover, like if he wouldn't be acting in this show like the next season, then like would he still be attached to this show?
He'd probably just like produce it or something, or put his name on it. But then it probably wouldn't be as good, So
Mhm.
because him and his crew and his whoever he's got, like I think he wrote it with I forget her name, but it's like one of his friends.
Francesca
Yeah,
Salone or something
yeah.
like that.
And I listened to an interview with her, and she seems like her and Donald are like friends, and they're just like writing good shit together and just like following the fun. And I'm here for it for sure.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's the only thing that I've watched recently besides like our other stuff. I haven't really been watching too much. And like there's not really like much out. Oh, I guess I am.
Much.
I'm like rewatching. I put on The White Lotus like in like the background.
Oh, nice.
I
I
thought
watched
like-
the
that one.
The first
Second
season's
season.
pretty good, but like the second
Yeah.
season is like the second season is very good. Like
Very
Really?
good, yeah.
yeah, the second season's pretty fucking good. I'm like not a huge fan of Jennifer Coolidge. And she's like a
People
main
love
plot.
her, bro.
Yeah, I
character is
just like
so great in
don't
that
find
show.
her like that
Yeah.
funny. Like I kind of just find her more annoying. I get it. Like I understand. Like she does a good job playing that character. I just like
Right.
I don't know.
That's fair.
I'll check it out though. I did really like the first season. I was
Yeah, it's
just
good.
kinda-
Dude,
yeah.
that the fucking concierge in the first season, that dude's like
Yeah.
such a good actor. That
He
dude's so
is.
fucking good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was one of the best like opening themes to any show I think I've ever heard too. For
Yeah.
both of those seasons, they're like a little bit different for each season, and
It's good. I think I could be wrong, but I think a third season is coming out this year of that.
maybe next
It's
year.
being filmed this
Next
year,
year?
yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Coming
They're
out
about-
next year.
It's got a big cast too. A lot of people.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm kind of like curious because like I don't know, these two seasons were like kind of tied together with like some, with Jennifer Coolidge at least.
Right. At least one
Um,
character from the first season, the chick who Jennifer Coolidge is like promising to open the like shop with or whatever.
Oh,
She's in the third season. That's all they
Interesting.
really announced, but that's cool.
Yeah,
Her
that's
story
cool.
does feel a little unresolved in that first season, but
I didn't know if Uncle Rico was gonna be in the third season or something because I'm not done
Like
with the
he
second season,
should.
and I don't really remember like if he shows up again. But I know that he's like involved with
Mhm.
what happens. So
I
like,
feel like
I
you
don't know.
gotta bring him back sometime.
Yeah, like somehow I don't know.
Yeah, for sure. Any other shit we want to talk about? Any other news or movies or TV shows?
I fell off the Percy Jackson train.
I finished it.
Really?
Mm,
Was it worth it?
I couldn't finish it.
really?
Yeah, what did you?
I
Wait,
just
so
haven't
you-
felt like the need to go back to it. Yeah.
So you guys didn't like it?
I not
So
enough.
you
to
had such high
watch.
hopes. I thought,
Dude,
like,
I
a couple
know.
weeks ago, you guys were fucking so into this.
I was like
Yeah.
so ready for it. It's just like it's just gotten worse and worse.
Similar
know,
to
how did it-
True Detective. It like
Yeah.
it starts to lose a lot of its will, like goodwill along the
Yeah.
way. And
Yeah.
I mean, the storytelling of that season, I don't understand. Like, I had so much whiplash episode to episode. Like they
Yeah.
just
They rushed it,
raise
bro.
through things, and then they're like,
Yeah.
stop here for 5 minutes, have a crazy set piece, like it's just like, let me
Like
fucking
take a
sit.
take a second. Let's
Yeah, like,
breathe with this.
seriously.
Yeah, yeah.
It's so rushed, and they have like 8 to 10 episodes, so you don't need to do it.
I don't.
that
Yeah.
way.
I don't know. I don't know
Uh,
why. It started to frustrate me a little bit. I got to the point where they got to the underworld and the whole Cerberus thing, and I was like, "This."
I was like
sucks.
losing
Like,
information. Like
That's
I'm
what I mean,
losing
it's
like,
like-
visual space and like time and like
there's like, I mean, in the book, it's so clear like how monsters are connected in the mythology to like other gods or like other myths that are like well known in Greek mythology, and you just like have no idea what the fuck
it's happened. You're
is
just like
why,
on
like why things
just
are
like
happening.
being
Yeah.
dragged like Percy, and
Yeah.
the main trio, they're trying their best, but it's just like not.
Rough.
It's not holding you there as a
No.
viewer. But
Like I said, I think they should have just like hard focused Annabeth as like the lead of the group.
I mean, they
instead of,
try
like,
though.
kinda-
It's like she's
they
always
try a
got the
little
right
bit.
answer, and she's always.
Sometimes, but
Uh,
like I don't know. Other times it's just like she should like have the solution here. Why are they even talking about this? Like she knows what to do. So why
That's
are they
true.
like
Why are they
muddling?
arguing about it
Yeah,
all
yeah.
the time?
Right.
Yeah.
It's like there should be better cohesion here, especially between Grover. Like Grover is the glue between Annabeth and
Grover, as in the
Percy.
blue monster from History.
Similar.
I mean, he's
Similar,
got curly hair.
My,
It
my
is
son
that
Elliot,
guy.
he
Like
loves
that's the
silver.
actor. Like it's the fucking puppet. It's like playing the character.
Sesame Street ass.
To be quite honest, like I think they are coming back for season 2, so it'll probably hopefully be better. I think
Hopefully
they
they
just
like
like
slow it
hard,
down.
yeah, they just like hard focused on like getting it so correct to the book that they
Mhm.
lost every like tie to the emotion or to like actual like
Yeah.
storytelling of it all. That it like
Yeah.
it just
Dude,
it, like doesn't
has
compete with.
Annabeth even called Percy Seaweed Brain? Like that's like the line that
Yeah.
connects them. You
That's
know what I
it.
mean? Like
That's what we need to hear.
that is the crux of like their hearts being one. But I don't know.
I don't remember that line, so probably not.
That's unfortunate.
God
That's
damn.
unfortunate. That is like the line that's like that becomes the term of endearment later. You know, that's how they become. You know, I don't know.
Maybe I missed it, but
Yeah. Well, I don't know. They're, like you said, the writing between the main group is so like just like milk toast. Like,
yeah, it's pretty rough.
what do we got to do? Oh, we got to do this.
Why we gotta do
Okay.
that? Because of this.
Yeah.
Okay. And then it's like they go, and it's like, wait, now we're here. What do we gotta do now? Wait, we gotta go
Okay.
to this. And then,
We've done
okay.
it.
That's it. Yeah.
It's like
Got
that
it.
bad, but yeah,
feel
I
that.
don't know.
I was definitely like a chore to watch at the end, but I
Yeah.
was like obligated. So
I'll go back. Yeah, I'll go back to finish it just to see where it kind of like leaves off. If there's any glimmer of hope for the second season, but now that my hopes have been dashed a little bit for that show, I'm like pretty worried about the live action Avatar.
that's coming out in like a
Series.
week or something.
I know.
Next week.
I want it to
Check
be
it
so
out.
good.
Yeah.
I want it
don't
to be
know,
good.
like,
The anime is. So
Curious.
I think
good.
I think like for the past couple years, because I don't know, this show's been like in development for like fucking ever.
Yeah.
I feel like a couple of years ago, when the like original creators left the project, my hopes kind of like went out the window, and I kind of didn't really plan on watching the show. I
Yeah,
will
that's fair.
probably end up watching it, but it's just
I'll
like
give it a look.
if the creators left, it kind of tells me, and I think I even read that like they left because Netflix wasn't really letting them do what they
Yeah, they were
wanted to
taking their
do.
liberties.
So like, which seems like that's like what Netflix does with a lot of shit. So like, I don't know.
I'll be very
I already
disappointed.
am like biased against Netflix. So like because I feel
Yeah.
like most of their stuff is more of their stuff is bad than good
Yeah,
because
for
they
sure.
they like push quantity over quality. But I don't know.
I don't
Well,
know.
like the only thing that gives me hope, Joe, strangely, is that people seem to like the live action One Piece. I don't know why. I don't know why. Like it's good.
I
but
didn't get that either. Yeah, it's like the only one that I know that people
that
fucking
people
like.
for some reason like it. So if they try to like take that model for Avatar,
Oh, doubt it.
who knows?
Make live action feel a little anime somehow.
Yeah, and
Have some
I
fun with it.
guess do the right things to please the original like lovers, like they did, I guess, for that show. But
Dude, I just want like I think that there's other like actual like,
casting, so
animated
sure.
Avatar stuff like coming up in at some point.
I'm more
I don't
excited
know
for
when.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm,
man.
that's yeah.
Considering like I don't know. I mean, it's the masterpiece, the first series, and Korra's like
Yeah.
pretty good.
It's fine.
You know,
Yeah.
whereas it's like pretty as far as like sequel
good.
series
It's
go, it's good. Yeah, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And I
yeah,
love
that
yeah.
excites
Like the
me.
first season of Korra, I mean, besides the end, I don't know. I just love the villain until I mean, but it is kind of like the end when you kind of find out like what he's doing and what happens. I feel like it's a little bit underwhelming, but like
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
That villain, they just like make him out to be like so fucking scary that he can like take people's bending and shit. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I don't
That's
know.
like a perfect like future story for it. Like that
Yeah.
first season is
Mhm.
like they had it all kind of like lined up, and then they're like, "What do we do now for the next?" You know?
Second
Yeah.
season was like okay. I mean,
Like,
is it
I
the second
feel like-
season that has the first Avatar story because that
I
shit is
like
banging.
that part.
Yeah,
That shit
that's
is
cool.
dope.
I like that
Yeah.
part too, but I do not like how they disconnect her from like all of the other previous avatars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
It's like that
That like
just like
defeats the
bummer.
purpose
I don't
of
know.
Straight up
the
a bummer.
Avatar. A little bit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, maybe next week we can talk a little Avatar. We'll see.
That'd be cool.
I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see.
If it's
But,
worth it. The castings look like halfway decent,
Not bad.
but yeah.
Sure.
But shall we sign off for this week then?
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good.
Cool. Thanks for watching, guys. Talk more movies and TV next week.
Yeah. Like, comment, and
yeah.
subscribe.
Yeah. Yeah, like comment,
Smash all
subscribe,
those
yeah.
buttons. Do it
Smash
now.
Smash it.